All right. So, if I remember correctly, last session you guys went to the library. Ayla, no. First, you guys went to the went to go see Devin because he sent Ayla flowers, and he sent Caden a bottle of liquor. If I'm remembering correctly. Then you guys went to see him. He explained kind of how the how Xander's kind of gang organization kind of worked, and said that you guys needed to kind of start investigating to see more of like his tree or whatever, like the actual organization um of the gang itself. Then you guys went to the prison to save Sarah.
Correct.
And Felicity came in and offered you guys a deal in exchange for Krabs and Sarah getting out.
Mm-hmm.
Caden smoothed things over with Sarah a little bit, and she's now staying with you guys.
Yes.
What'd I do?
While
In
that was
Iris's room.
There we go.
yes. After that, Ayla decided to go hang out with Devin
Indeed, she did.
instead of going to the library with Iris.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remind me.
Totally blowing off her friend for a dude. Then Caden and Iris went to the library. Iris went and talked to Lindell, who said that you could keep the book as long as you needed to like investigate it and read it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that you could keep the 700 gold if you did this quest
Forward
for him.
for a new job.
Correct. And he said that he's been selling books to the black market to kind of supplement the
Afford
funding.
things.
Yes. I don't remember exactly what happened with you, Caden. I remember you talked to Dell about something, right?
Dell is who?
The librarian.
Dirty
Yes.
librarian kid.
Oh, yes, because I asked. He didn't give me anything on it, but I was asking about resurrection, and then the other
One
thing
other
was
thing.
interplanar. Fuck, this would be a good reason to have the recording.
Yes.
I want to say it was either locating someone through the planes or communicating with someone, or
Okay.
yeah, because it's to find Abigail for that one. That's
okay.
his reasoning.
So, just so you know, I do not have any idea of following up on that because I completely forgot to literally write this moment that even happened. So if you want to investigate it, just know that I will be making it up on the fly. Then you guys went back home, and I can't remember what happened when you guys went back home.
Mostly Iris went up to her room to cry.
Oh yeah, you and Ayla had a little conversation where Ayla apologized, and you guys had a little bonding moment. And I think that's where we ended it.
More or less.
Okay. Does anyone have anything they want to add to that kind of recap?
Nope.
Okay.
Plot-wise, no. Iris hung out with the blacksmith for a little while.
Yes. You went and saw the blacksmith. He offered you a shield.
Yep. And I said I'll come back when I can afford it.
Do you remember what I said that shield could do?
I think it did some blinding thing or another.
Yes. If you... Yeah. When the video is available, I'll fucking write that shit down. Okay. So I think that's where we're at. So I have a couple of questions. Where is Sarah staying? Is she staying in Iris's room?
Oh, that's right. I think we
No,
discussed
she was
it.
staying in Ayla's.
Yeah.
Right?
For that first night.
Yeah, okay, that's I'm asking.
Oh, like in general, or where she's
No,
For
staying?
for the night that you guys are going to sleep in right now.
Oh yeah, her Ayla's.
Okay. So she's staying in your room. Did you take the book from Iris?
Well, I'm assuming like I didn't have to take it from her.
No, but
It's
what
in
I
the
mean is,
room.
did she give it to you to read, and that's in your room while you're sleeping?
While in her room while we are sleeping?
In Ayla's room while Ayla
Ayla's
is sleeping.
sleeping in Iris's room tonight.
Yeah,
Oh.
Ayla is. Yeah.
Perfect. Actually, that's even better. Okay.
I was like,
excellent.
what are you talking about?
I forgot. I wasn't aware that I had missed that connection.
Unrelated. I'm covered in chimichanga right now.
Oh.
Sexy. Is
Thanks.
that a sex thing? What's going on?
Well, it could be, but it's also quite literal.
I don't know if I consent to be a part of your kink there, Michael.
There? Yeah, chimichanga kink is very. Okay. So you guys are sleeping in there. Caden's staying in his room. Are you guys gonna do anything that I need to talk about before you guys go to bed?
I don't think so. I think we already talked
Yeah.
about it.
I hope so. Yeah.
Nothing that we can't talk about in the morning, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, does anyone want to have any kind of conversation with Sarah or or Laura or anything like that?
Yeah, I
We
think
already
we had
did
wrapped it all up. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, let me get my notes ready. Okay. So, trying to find. All right, we're going to start with you, Iris.
Okay.
So, you guys end up falling asleep, and Iris, you suddenly find yourself in this plane where there's like low grass kind of blowing in the wind, and you see lightning strikes in the distance, and like this kind of valley is surrounded by mountains, and as you're looking around you, you see like dead bodies lying everywhere, almost like you're in a war zone. And as you kind of look up towards the mountain, there's a flash of lightning, and you see a large kind of like tower in the distance. What are you going to do?
Ayla's. Iris is gonna ask. Look around and just ask emotionally, Ayla? As if she's looking for her.
And like as you talk, it almost sounds like your voice is like muted. Like you can't actually hear your own voice. It sounds like if you were talking through a pillow.
Okay.
Make a were you gonna say anything else?
Does Iris recognize that she's dreaming right now?
Make a wisdom save.
Probably fucking not.
So you start to think about the book and that this could be a dream, and so you do recognize that this is a dream right now.
Okay. With that in mind, Iris is gonna start thinking, this feels familiar. And you said there's a tower in the distance?
Yes.
And I'm surrounded by bodies. Is there any other signs of activity nearby?
It's literally like everyone seems to be dead, and you're the only thing standing in the middle of this valley. And the wind is like whipping across you, the lightning striking, the clouds are kind of casting this purplish glow over the scene. And like every time you see that lightning, it illuminates this tower, and the lightning strikes again, and that tower that was originally seemed way off in the distance appears like it's closer.
I was gonna try and get a good look at the tower so she can try and remember it later. And then, how
Okay.
close are the bodies to me? Are they relatively
all,
close?
all over the place. It's like imagine like a
Just a
massive
littered
battlefield where
battlefield.
there's just dead bodies everywhere.
I was just gonna play with her fingers for a second and, well, I'm just curious, honestly. And she's gonna cast Animate Dead on one of the bodies.
All right, make a wisdom save. And as you
Pretty terrible.
try to start using your magic, you wake up and look around, and you see Ayla lying next to you, or I'm guessing you're sleeping on the same bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Ayla lying next to you. And we'll go to Ayla. You fall asleep next to Iris, and then suddenly, trying to think how I want to describe this. So you find yourself standing in a stone hallway, and this stone hallway looks very familiar to you. It reminds you of the prison that the Fey Queen kept you in when you were held captive. And as you're kind of looking down this hallway, you see as there's cells lining either side, and you hear a voice that sounds familiar to you say, Ayla, Ayla. What are you going to do?
I will immediately turn my head to the sound of the voice. I'm like, Jamie? And then try to, Jamie, where are you?
And make a
Call
wisdom
out.
save.
Okay. I swear, I gotta figure out how to take off this black thing. Why it's so black. I can't.
'Cause it's in
see
dark
anything.
mode, probably.
I don't like it.
It's my preference.
Sweet. So, you kind of like rush forward to the closest cell where you hear the voice coming from, and as you get in front of the cell, you look in, and you see Jamie kind of huddled in the corner, in the fetal position, and he looks like he might be sleeping. And you hear him, Ayla, Ayla. What are you gonna do?
Do I know I'm dreaming?
Make a wisdom save.
Okay. Nope, wrong one. That's intelligence.
I'll give you the crit though, because you rolled a crit. Absolutely, okay. You totally can. Like, you can just like sense that this is a dream. Like, in fact, as soon as you see him, you get this. Oh my God, this must be a dream.
Okay. I'm going. Is it like? Is he in a cell, or can I go inside?
The door is closed.
Okay. Then I will try to go in.
Okay.
And like kind of like wake him up. Jamie, do you hear me?
So you're able to open the cell, and you walk into the cell, and you walk over to Jamie, and you kneel down next to him, and he's still sleeping. Do you reach out to try to wake him up?
Yeah. I mean, kind of really gently, because like I'm remembering like what I read from the book, and maybe being able to travel, or so I'm almost convinced that maybe this is real. I guess in a way, like I'm connected to his mind. So I'm gonna be like, maybe he's in that. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
So
so I'll be like, Jamie, it's
as you,
me, Ayla.
as
Can
you
you
reach
hear me?
out and you touch his shoulder and you say, "Jamie, it's me," you shake him for a second, and suddenly his form turns into the Fey Queen, who looks up at you with this big smile on her face, and she says, "I see you," and you wake up.
Bitch.
So I think at this point, like you kind of both wake up, and like as kind of Iris kind of looks over to you, you look over to her, and your guys' kind of eyes meet, and you're both awake. What do you guys do?
Iris, did you just have a dream? Iris?
You might be muted.
I am indeed muted. Question: do you say the bitch thing as soon as you left your dream?
Yes, I do.
I take it your dream did not go very smoothly.
I saw that bitch, the fake queen. I'm going to get her one of these days. I'm going to let Caden turn her into some fried fairy wings and whatever else he wants to use her body parts for, and his stews and soups and yeah.
I think that's a fantastic plan.
Did you have a dream?
I did. I
What,
don't know what to make of it.
what did you
I
see?
was on a field, like a battlefield, and there's mountains in the distance and a tower with purple lightning. I know we've seen purple lightning before, but I can't make much for that tower.
DM, have I seen purple lightning?
No.
Okay. Did you do anything in your dream?
I woke up. I tried to cast a spell, but well, it seems familiar to my first dream,
Hmm.
but I just got a little bit further, I guess. Not even that.
Maybe every time we go into the dream, we can get a little further and further.
Tell me about yours. That just
Um,
mostly seemed like pissed you off.
well, I I'm in the area where the Fae Queen used to keep me and Jamie and Vernon prisoner, and I hear someone call my name, Ayla, Ayla, and I know it's Jamie. So I call after him, and then I see him, and I know I'm dreaming, but I think of the book, and maybe that I'm somehow actually connected to his mind, into his dream. I go to touch him or wake him up, and his body just morphed into the Fae Queen, and she said, "I see you." Which, to be quite honest, kind of unsettles me a little bit, because if this is real, like I was hoping it was,
Then she sees us.
then she sees us.
Narsa's thinking right now. I don't think I have anything that could stop us from being viewed. She's gonna go on and quietly cast detect magic. She's gonna
So
see if there's anything magic in the room right now. That's not supposed to be there.
anything in your room that's magic starts to glow, like including the
Well,
book and all that stuff. But there's nothing out of the ordinary.
well, nothing obvious, but I don't think that's how seer magic works, anyways.
I
Well,
think, if anything, this just makes me feel like I've got to figure out this how to find Jamie and Vernon, how to get home, and now I'm almost hopeful that I could even, I don't know, arrive back at my home the same time I left. I know that's wishful thinking, but I can't help but feel like we can't just go back to the time we disappeared, when we were children, and then we're full blown adults. Nobody will believe us. And if we wait until, if we go back to a time when a
it
reasonable
mattered.
time would have passed from our disappearance, who knows what the kingdom will be like. Who knows what my father? I mean, I know what my father is like. There's a plague. There's a plague. He goes mad.
This is
I
not
don't
a
know. I
scoop
just feel like
poster
I
deal.
got to figure out how to how to control this thing, and maybe just a miracle might happen.
We'll figure it out.
Hope so.
We'll take this one step at a time, yes? We'll save your friends
Yeah.
first, and then we'll solve the next problem.
Yeah. And I guess because Iris snuggled in a little closer, I'll like snuggle in a little closer.
All right. Ayla, write this down. The queen's name going forward is going to be Elowind Whisperpetal. So they
Say
call
that.
her. I put it in the Roll20 chat.
Oh, okay. Elowind.
Her name, like people call her Queen Whisperpetal,
Mm-hmm.
but you know her as Elowind because you guys. And by the way, so I don't know if we got into any of the details about your captivity and stuff like that. But I'm creating a whole backstory for you
Okay.
of what happened while you were in captivity. So basically, and this is important because it's going to tie into your whole storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So while you were being held captive, the queen would bring you into her chambers to tell stories, and you would tell stories that your dad used to read to you, and that your governess used to read to you, and stuff like that. And your dad used to every single night read stories to you while you were growing up from these children's books, and you loved them so much that you memorized most of these stories, and especially because you heard them so many times. And when you were being held captive by the fake queen, you would tell her stories, and that was one of the reasons that she didn't let you leave, is she enjoyed your story so much. And when you decided that you were going to leave and go back, she took Jamie and Vernon captive and said that she would hurt them or do something to them if you didn't keep telling her stories. This went on for several years of her doing this to you until she finally actually lost interest in your stories and locked you away in prison as well. Until like sometimes she would like summon you to tell her bedtime stories and things like that. Um, then when you guys tried to escape, uh, Vernon and you managed to open the portal, and Vernon and Jamie kind of stayed behind to help you escape. And once you were through, you turned around to kind of like get them to follow you, and you saw that they had been overwhelmed by the guards. But as you tried to go back through the portal, it closed in front of you, and that's how you ended up in this time.
With the time traveling device.
Yeah, with the crystal that you have.
Yeah, but also I thought I was I mean, it's not in this time specifically. I've been traveling, I thought, from because that's
Correct. Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. In fact, that just gave me an idea of something that I'm going to tie in that I'm going to write down real quick. Okay.
That's also why I'm Fey Touch, because I use the stone to travel, but I can't control it. And we have some, because of our time together and our closeness, we kind of we can sense each other.
Yes.
And yeah, and that's why I'm still in this realm, because I sense that they're here in this universe or in this realm.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
I think Iris wants to say a little bit more. It's not super important.
Go for it.
After a minute of just relaxing there, Iris is going to say, I think we need to learn more. Do you want to go with me to the library today?
Yes, I
There's
do.
a friend of mine that I think could help us a lot.
I hope so. Does he know anything about time travel / stop, cat. Dimension travel / fairy queens and how to kill them and roast their wings?
I think he could help with at least half of those.
Okay.
The burning fairy wings. Maybe keep that part to yourself.
Yeah, sure. Until
At
I
least a
see
little
the
bit.
bitch.
Yes. Until you see the bitch.
So I think at this point it's probably like fairly early in the morning. Do you guys go back to sleep, or it's probably early enough that you could wake up if you wanted to?
I think ours isn't going good up.
Yeah, same.
All right. So you make your way down to the kind of living room area, and what are you doing, Caden?
Oh, I guess waking up.
Yeah,
What
do
the?
you wake up early too?
No, probably not. I think if he doesn't have plans, he probably sleeps in.
Okay, for
Do
sure.
we have particular plans today?
Library now.
You might have to wake Caden up.
About how early would you say it is, relatively speaking?
7, 8 in the morning.
I
When
think
do you
I
want to
would,
go to the library?
Let's get some breakfast and then I'd say we can head out.
I think Caden would like to go with us. He was asking my friend a bunch of questions as well.
Okay, well, should we make lots of noise to try to encourage him to wake up? Or should we
We're
just knock on his
Sarah's
door?
sleeping, so we should just bother him specifically.
Or we can just start cooking breakfast. I'm sure he was thrilled to wake up and not have to do any prep work for breakfast.
That could work. Yes, let's do that.
So as you guys kind of make your way downstairs, as you guys are walking down the stairs, you smell like the smell of bacon and sausage cooking, and you hear like somebody in the kitchen. And as you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you look in the kitchen expecting to see Laura, and you see Sarah cooking bacon and making breakfast for you. And she looks over her shoulder and she says, "Oh, good morning."
Good morning. Unexpected. I wasn't expecting you to be up so early.
Yeah, my dad kind of keeps weird hours. I like to be awake about the time he gets home, so I always kind of wake up early.
Hmm.
All right.
And
Makes sense.
I narrow my eyes at her and say, "Are you making breakfast for everyone, or should I start snatching up some of these pieces to hoard?"
She says, "Of course." And there's like a plate like with like a pile of bacon on it and like a bunch of sausage, and there's like some scrambled eggs and like a stack, and she's flipping um a pancake and puts it on top of another plate. She says, "I made enough for everybody. Is Caden awake?"
Yeah.
That means no.
She says, "Oh, good. I'll go wake him up." And she kind of gives a mischievous smile.
You
Darn,
do
smiles
that.
gonna drop. Like, oh no.
And she says, "You guys dig in. I'll be right back."
Mm-hmm.
And she makes her way upstairs. And Caden, you're sleeping soundly, and suddenly you feel somebody like climbing into your bed. Uh, does that wake you up?
um, fuck yeah, probably.
Actually, you know what? You
Oh.
don't feel it. You don't
Okay.
feel it. Roll a perception check.
Okay, you know better. You're like, he never passes those. He won't feel it. Ah, I was like a nat 20.
So you're sleeping, and suddenly you feel somebody kind of like shake you awake.
Yes.
And you open your eyes and you're looking straight into Sarah's face, and she kind of smiles at you and goes, "Last night was amazing."
I
Hi,
didn't drink.
Daddy.
Did I drink last night? I think that's what he said. No, I didn't drink last. Did I? Did I drink last
You
night?
don't remember last night at all?
I look under the covers. I've still got my clothes on. You're a liar.
And she laughs and kind of pushes you out of bed. She's like, "Get up. I made breakfast."
I'm getting up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for breakfast.
You're welcome. And she says, I'll meet you downstairs. Hurry up, or it'll all be gone.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
All right. So she heads back down, and Caden comes down a couple minutes later, and you guys notice that Lara's not here. So you guys are all sitting around to breakfast. What do you guys talk about?
Sarah, have you seen Lara anywhere? She's usually the one who's making breakfast, but I see that's you today.
Yeah, she wasn't here when I got up, so I'm
What?
not sure.
Are you sure? I want to do is she lying?
Roll perception or insight check.
Oh yeah, insight. Like, what is this nonsense? She would not be here. Okay.
Yeah, she seems like she's telling the truth. You see no signs of deception.
That's a hell of a
Okay.
deception roll.
Like, it was
Did we
there. I
ever
mean,
Go
oh,
out
sorry.
do anything? Did we ask Laura to go out and do anything last night?
Did we?
I feel like we might have. Wasn't she gonna? I don't remember.
Maybe she's not expecting us to be up so early.
Was she looking into stuff for our future goals of like working against my father or my character's father?
You guys did talk about that the night before.
She may be out looking into stuff for us. Wouldn't surprise me.
This is out of you. This is not normal, relatively speaking, I presume.
No. She usually has breakfast ready for you, and as soon as you guys wake up, she goes up and makes your beds and shit like that.
You don't have anything that could speak to her, do you, Caden?
No, I have short-range message, but nothing so long, and I would have to know the direction she's in. I have no idea.
Well, we could try that. Ours is not. Nah, I don't think that spell works that way. Anyways, we should probably figure out a way to deal with this going forward. She didn't even note.
Yeah.
I just get up and look
I was
around.
about to say, I didn't look for it.
Would she leave a note for what she's doing? Hold on. Let me roll some. Nope. There's no note or anything.
Well, she's her own woman. She could
I'm
do-
only slightly concerned, but you're right. She is her own woman. We can't expect her to be on us, waiting on us hand and foot. We've come too accustomed to being soft.
Yes, you're right. You're making your own breakfast from now on.
Well,
And that's if Sarah wants to.
I mean, if
you
you
can
guys,
make the breakfast.
if you guys want to keep me around, I'm a pretty good cook.
Those you could be like the substitute.
The helper.
And she shrugs and says, "It's up to you. I do, Ayla. You do have a very comfortable bed.
Oh, who says you've been staying in my bed?
I was just complimenting your choice in sleeping arrangements, but I'm making no assumptions."
I mean, to be quite honest, I probably couldn't care less if you slept in my room. I'd find a comfortable enough place. Plus, I have an extra room. I think I might have 2 extra rooms. Not here, of course, but you know what? Even maybe 3. I'll find some place if I need to. 4.
She kind of smiles at you, and she says, "Well, seeing you and Devin the other night at the auction, I'm sure he would have a room for you."
Or several,
I'm
apparently.
gonna eye her and not say anything. I'm gonna squint at her. And, the look on my face is definitely dripping with you better not fucking say one more word, or I might throw this plate of bacon at you.
She just kind of raises her hand. And she says, "But I don't make any assumptions. I mean, I don't have a good track record with that subject. So anyways, what's your guys' plans for the day? I was thinking that maybe I could hang out here for the day."
I am curious about how you plan on moving forward, Sarah. Like, do you even have? Do you? I know you're trying to stay low. Is your current plan literally just to hide here for a month, which is fine for the record?
No, wait, I don't know if it's fine. Are you planning on working for your father more? Like, what if she hears our plans because, we talk and she's like a spy?
She kind of like looks kind of sad, and she says, I wouldn't do that to you guys. You guys have been so nice to me. It's just been nice to feel safe for a little while. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for letting me stay here. But if you want me to leave, I can go.
I'm gonna do another insight check.
Okay. Jesus.
Jesus.
You are very insightful
Insight
today, Ayla.
monster.
Yeah, you can like so you can tell that like she's being incredibly sincere, and like she'll leave. Like you could tell that she's serious that she'll leave, but she doesn't want to. She's like, have you ever like had a kid at your house and you're like, all right, it's time to go, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
but you could tell they want to stay there. That's kind of the facial expression she has.
Okay. So I'll just, eye her a little bit and be like, no, I don't think I want you to leave. I kind of feel bad that you grew up in a place where you didn't feel safe and that you had to do things you didn't want to. I know how that can feel. So as long as you're on our side and you don't try to betray us,
I give you my word that I will never betray you. And she's
if we find out that this is otherwise, be prepared for a real tongue lashing and maybe a couple real ones.
I would expect nothing less.
Mm.
But if while I'm here, I'll make sure not like to pull my weight. Like if you need me to do anything like shopping or anything like that, I'm more than willing to do that for you.
Do you have
Okay.
some money for yourself, by the way?
Yeah, I have a. I'll be all right.
Okay.
So
If you need anything, just ask Aiden.
she kind of looks at you and she says, "Oh, I know I can ask Caden for anything." And she kind of winks at you, Caden.
Anything, Caden.
I don't even have that much money.
I'm not that kind of girl, Caden.
What? No, I literally. Oh my god.
Caden, our plan is to go to the library today. I
Oh, good.
understand
Because
you
I was
might
about to
be
go back to my
interested.
room right now. Yes, let's go.
All right. She kind of smiles and says, "Yeah, don't worry about any of the plates and stuff. I'll take care of it. And if Laura comes back, I'll make sure that she leaves a note if she leaves again."
Oh,
Thanks.
Iris is in a.
Hello?
Hello.
He's loading. Iris is gonna.
Michael?
Iris.
We lost you.
She's buffering.
Iris is gonna poof out of existence, apparently.
Michael.
He's typing in chat. Oh. Does he have batteries in this thing?
Did he say his headset died?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, there you are.
Batteries
Okay,
are
we can hear you now.
What was that thing I said?
But
Iris is gonna.
Awesome. Iris is gonna walk away quietly. Anyways, question: does the Phoenix Pen need to be attuned?
Does the Phoenix Pen need to be attuned? That is an excellent question. I hadn't thought about that. I don't think so because I mean, what it does is kind of a universal thing.
Okay.
I think anyone can use it.
Okay. Iris is just gonna run down like more or less the Phoenix Quill in my room can send anyone a message under most circumstances.
Hmm.
So if anyone just needs to get a hold of someone else real quick, they could, or at least send a message. Just go up to my room and write on something. Preferably something disposable.
Yes, don't write on yourself.
Yes, especially that. So if Nora gets back, just write us a message.
I sure will.
Or if anyone bothers you here, just write us a message.
Okay, thanks, Iris. I appreciate that.
Or stab them. And she
Well,
says that with a straight face.
I'll write on them first.
Yes, even better.
And then record the results. I want to see what happens.
Hopefully, it won't get corrected. She just kind of smiles. And she starts cleaning up all the dishes. So what are you guys gonna do? I think you guys are done eating and ready to start your day.
Straight to
Then
the
we're
library?
just gonna start our day.
Off to the library. Dun, dun,
We're
dun.
off to
Hold
see
on.
the librarian.
Here, take Mini Valentine. And if anything happens to you, he won't be able to do anything, but at least he'll be able to come to me and tell me.
Aw, thanks, Caden. You're worried about me. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm. I really am. I know I'm trying to sound more distant than I am, but I do. I want to make sure you're okay.
And she is laughing, but she gets a serious face, and she says, "No, I understand, Caden. I really appreciate it."
Man, we need to get some spell scrolls or something. Like
Spell
here's this fireball just in case, you know.
Um,
I think that's something I could. Can I make scrolls?
you can.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do that more often.
Costs you 100 gold and
That's why we
materials.
don't. Do it.
I
I think one would be good though. Like have every now and then. Something to think about for the future.
We
Absolutely.
need spare spell skin too. We actually have money now.
You do actually have money now. Well, not that much because you spent a shit ton on those books, but
Ayla has money now.
cool. So, do you guys want to do anything before you guys head over to the library?
We have our book.
We have everything we need.
Laura, whereabouts unknown. Let's start walking.
All right. So, you guys head out the door, and you start heading towards the library.
So we're in Gilded Plateau, right?
Correct.
As we're going, Iris is gonna look over to Caden. If I recall right, you were asking Dale about some books. What were you looking or interested in?
I'm looking for some closure, and I may have lost somebody to another plane. And I think obviously this is something that might help you too, Ayla.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to find any way to communicate between planes or find someone. A friend of mine sacrificed herself for many people, but I feel particularly indebted.
I see. All right.
All right. So, I need everyone to roll perception checks.
Oh God. Here we go.
Can Iris have Crackles make her check?
Sure.
Which is legitimately as bad as Iris's.
That is a high quality perception check right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right.
Crackles
So,
just like playing with his fucking toe in his mouth.
so Caden, as you guys are kind of heading over towards the library, again, you notice that like there's a significant increase in children just kind of like hanging out, leaning against the walls, sitting on benches, and as you're getting closer to um, the library, you start to kind of pay attention to the kids a little bit more, just because it seems out of the ordinary. And you see, kind of as you guys are walking past, one of them is like watching you, and then takes off running towards the sprawl.
Oh, oh shit.
We'll try.
What?
You know how people tend to have the children be spies for them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're being watched, and one just ran off.
Should we change our appearance?
It's kind
Or
of late for that.
chase after him.
Oh, it's not late.
No,
They
he
just
needs a
know
job.
that we're leaving.
Well, he didn't do anything wrong.
They don't have to know where we're going. I'm sure it's not like it's a secret.
Yeah, we can turn a corner and change.
By all means, this is the first time I've actually walked here as is.
I guess we should have
All
stuck
right.
Don't
to
think
the
about that
routine,
too
huh?
hard. Yes, let's go change.
Okay.
I already know a perfect spot.
Mhm.
It has like routines of getting
Lead the
there
way.
where she has places to hide, so change form.
All right, so you guys are all gonna change forms.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So you guys all change forms and then continue back towards the library.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
There's a lot of. I wasn't thinking too much about it before, but since this might be a problem now, I figured all the kids that were hanging around had to do with the school that was opening. Do you think that might be otherwise?
No, I think it might be otherwise. They'll still need money. Just because they have schooling doesn't mean that they all of a sudden have enough money.
Shall we talk to one of them? They're just hanging around, as far as I can
Yeah,
tell.
I think it's worth a try.
Caden, do you think you'd be able to get through to these kids better than we can? I think you know where they're coming from.
I mean, on a personal level, yeah, but I'm not great at talking to people.
Hmm.
I can try.
And
Let's just try. We don't look like ourselves anyway, so what will we say on it? Like,
Oh no,
I don't
kids
know
like
what to say to
candy,
these
right?
kids.
well, I didn't hear you.
Yeah,
Adam.
who, me or Miranda?
Adam.
I said, these kids like candy, right?
yes, do you have some?
No, but I was like, maybe we can, hey, free candy if you want to come talk to us.
Let's pick up some candy on the
That's-
way and talk to someone.
I don't know if that's I don't think that's how we talk to children.
That's
Yeah,
true.
nothing
I
Gold.
don't.
We should
about
use
that.
gold.
Probably better.
No, maybe not gold, because then we might get marked.
I feel
by
like
other
we should
people.
just be
Silver,
real with
maybe.
them.
Well, yeah,
Let's
we
just be
wanna...
real.
Well, what I'm
They need
worried
to-
about is when we talk to them, even if they decide to be on our side, let's say, what if somebody finds out? What is their punishment going to be?
Hmm.
I don't want these children risking their necks more than they already are.
Maybe we should make ourselves look like children then.
It gets a little weird with the disguised self, just so you know.
It's not like they're going to be touching our head.
Yeah, it's disorienting. It's all sorts of strange.
Hmm.
And kids are very touchy. You gotta be
Have
careful.
you tried to make yourself look like a child before?
A gnome.
And
think
it
we've
had a very
discussed
funny
this.
story.
Yeah.
They threw something over his head, theoretically.
It did not go over. It hit
Oh.
me. Also, somebody
Mhm.
was trying to carry a
Mhm.
chair over my head. Also,
That makes sense.
I
What-
thought my headset died again.
You guys are. Where are you having this conversation? Is this like?
I got
Were you-
disconnected.
In our private area.
Okay.
What about my private area?
Well, I asked where you were having this conversation.
Oh, that's a weird place to have it.
Like we're changing, the place where she said that, she knows of. That's discreet.
So, cast disguise self.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone looking?
No.
Okay.
I was
There
gonna
goes
make
the
you roll a perception check, but
There
no
goes
need
spell
for
slot.
that. All right. So you disguise yourself?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Question: what age are the kids mostly? Are they like kids or like teenage kids?
Anywhere from 10 to 14.
Okay, so Iris could actually probably pull off looking like a goddamn kid.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will. And then Iris Makers looks relatively young and probably from sprawl adjacent area, probably like actually where they would comparatively live.
Okay. These kids look like kind of like street urchin type kids. Like they're wearing like kind of like raggedy clothes. Some of them don't seem to fit properly.
So I think
Um,
I should know if I talk to one of them, Caden.
Um, hmm. That's kind of hard to say. Just maybe try to out. I wouldn't say because you're going to be a kid. You're not going to try to outpay their employer. Maybe
So
ask.
I'm expecting them to be working for someone. Is that just a given?
Yeah, maybe ask about looking for a job and then being curious about their current job to see what they're getting themselves into, or to
Like
see what you're
pretend like
getting yourself into. You know what I mean? Like
yes, exactly.
yeah.
And pretend like you're some jaded younger kid who's not quite as decrepit and poor as these kids, and it's maybe fantasizing about how the other side lives, or like how to be, I don't know, but make
Okay.
it convincing, like you're uber excited and you don't know what the job really entails.
Okay. Do you guys have any specific questions?
Just
Actually, Caden, you can just message me, can't you?
Yes, as long as you're within 120 feet ish.
Okay. You guys start walking, I'll catch up. Oh, I guess. Yeah, that probably makes most sense.
okay.
Ours and give them like I don't know, a 30-second head start, then follow up behind them.
okay.
Probably try
Um,
and keep like 50 or 60 feet behind, and just seeing who, if anyone obvious, um, starts following them or
okay.
us. Though theoretically, no one should actually even fucking bother us.
So roll a perception check.
Perception, perception, perception. Nope. Uh,
Um, like you're not sure what to look for. To see which ones might be potential like lookouts and which ones are just fucking kids fucking hanging out. Um, they all look like kids to you.
okay. Ours is going to point a finger discreetly, like from her pocket, more or less, and whisper to Caden through message. I'm going to find someone to talk to you. Just hold up for a bit. Look busy. And then she's going to subtle cast, because I never fucking precast this damn spell. Enhance ability for Eagle Splendor.
Okay.
So she has advantage on talking people. And then she is just gonna look for a kid and walk up to them. She's gonna try and look like she's had a rough night, more or less.
So as you start to approach this child, it's kind of um, he's leaning against the wall, and like as people pass, he's like, "You got a silver for a poor kid. Could you help me out, sir?" And then you kind of walk up to him as one of them walks by without paying attention to him. And he's like, "Big jerk." And he looks over at you and he's like, "Oh,
They're all bastards.
aren't they? It's all those rich people. I mean, they got golden streets and they can't even give me a silver."
Then you'd think the closer they got to the sprawl, the nicer they'd be. But no, they're still. Ah,
Yeah, I
I don't
thought that
get
if
it.
I came out here, it'd be better pickings. But anyways, who are you?
No
I
one
haven't
at
seen
this
you around.
point. I'm from Angies, and I gave a fucking street that's relatively close to the sprawl.
Okay. And
I'm not sure how well in tune she is with the area, but she'd pick somewhere relatively like on the cusp.
roll like a history check or
Well,
something.
wait. You said that we've been here long enough that we like this is our town.
That's
We
true.
know it.
Yeah, you would know a street. Yeah. So you're like, from like
Though,
Mill Street
Grizzly,
or something. What is it?
Mill Street
Grizzly,
and Grizzly.
Oh,
Street and Grizzly.
he's like, oh yeah, I know where that is. Freaking my buddy Timmy lives over there. Have you know him?
Not familiar. I tried to, for a while, I was trying to go towards, well, more in town, but it's just not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
What's
So,
bringing you out this way?
oh yeah, I was just trying to make a little bit of extra money. Gotta meet my quotas, you know.
Makes sense. Is that what everyone out here is doing nowadays?
And he kind of eyeballs you, and he's like, "How long have you lived here?"
Been a while. Couple of years, maybe?
Roll a deception check.
Unfortunately, she is not as good at those. 5.
He kind of eyeballs you, and he says,
Fine, I'm new in town.
"Yeah, yeah, I thought so. Nobody's been here for years, and you don't look like you're." So, what do your parents do?
They're just librarians. I don't know. They aren't
Librarians, and
really
you live in the
holding up.
sprawl?
Not a good library.
Hmm. I think he kind of eyeballs you, and he says, so what do you want?"
Things are kind of hard. I know you guys make do. I'm kind of curious how. Like, this can't be all there is to it, is there?
So, why do you need the extra coin? I mean, if your parents have money, you don't look like a beggar.
I was not trying to look like ashamed of something. It's my dad. He's kind of he goes to the gambling dens a lot.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
20.
Yeah.
So when you say that, the kid kind of like lightens up and smiles, and he's like, "Yeah, before my dad died, he did that a lot too. I was almost happy when he died, but I didn't think it would be this bad on the streets." But and he kind of eyeballs you, and he says, "I could trust you, right?"
I don't see how I could hurt you. I could barely take care of myself.
He says, "Well, I was living on the streets for a while, like didn't have a place to stay. And then he kind of looks around, and he's like, then I met Tess, and she took me over to the orphanage, and they gave me a place to stay. But I mean, you gotta work for your bed though. But it's nice not getting beat up every day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's nice having a bowl of hot food every night. Man, I really lucked out. Uh, are you looking to maybe get away from your parents?"
I'm hoping not, but things are getting bad.
Yeah, I know how that is. It's it's not easy being a kid here in Aladoon. Um, well, what's your name?
It's Amy.
Amy? Nice to meet you. I'm Bob.
Bob. Nice to meet you, Bob.
He says, well, I mean, I gotta stay here for a while. Gotta make my quota. But if you want to meet up later, you can you can find me at. I'm gonna make a place up right now. Hold up. Was not expecting this to happen. All right. You can you can find me over at the Broken Lantern Alley. Me and a couple friends hang out there in the evenings. Uh, maybe I'll introduce you to Tess and see what you can do. Do you know how to do anything?
I not really, but I think we could try. And Iris is she looks pretty sad right now for the record. Um so when someone else is walking by, she's going to, "Sir, please," and just give like the biggest puppy dog eyes she can.
And the guy kind of looks down at you and kind of scowls and just keeps walking away. And Bob kind of looks at you and laughs and is like, "No, no, watch this." And he walks up to somebody and he says, Sir, do you have some silver? I'm so hungry." And kind of like tries to give him a hug. And the guy kind of pushes him off. And he's like, "Oh, sir, I'm so hungry." And the guy walks away and he walks over to you and he holds out his hand and he has 3 silvers in his hand. It's like, that's how you do it.
Iris's eyes are fucking wide. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
And he says, "Yeah, I didn't know how to do it either, but Tess, she's got like a whole thing. She teaches people how to do it, and if you're really good, she'll send you to this school, and then she teaches you how to do like. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Probably here isn't the best time, but you know where the Broken Lantern is?"
Does she know where the Broken Lantern is?
No, you would not know because this is kind of like a secret thing for kids.
If you point me in the direction, I might be able to get to it.
And he says, "Yeah, all right. Here's the thing. It took me a while to find it too. But if you go down Mill Street and make a left on Chapel, there's gonna be like a sweet cake stand. And if you squeeze behind it, you'll find a fence. And if you lift up one of the slats, you can slide through. And there's a whole like area back there. We've set it up. We got couches and bean bags and all kinds of stuff."
Okay, I got it.
"All right. Well, when you get there, just let them know that Bob sent you, and they should let you in."
Thank you, Bob. And she's gonna give him a big smile before taking off.
Okay. And he's like, "Amy, wait." And he runs up to you and he holds out a silver to you and he says, "Buy yourself something to eat."
Thank you. And she's gonna take it in, uh, walk off briskly.
Okay. So that happened. I was not prepared for that. There we go. Okay. So, and the other two, you guys make your way to the library, and you guys are standing out front for a little while when Iris comes running up.
Iris isn't actually gonna approach them all the way. She's gonna do a little message spell. Head into the library. I'll meet you guys there.
And then we turn without
Yep.
preamble and just go.
Perfect. All right. Do you guys drop your guys' disguise when you guys go in?
Yeah. Like not in the middle of everyone, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess like
When you get a little moment to hide
Mhm.
yourselves, you guys drop your disguise. All right. So you walk in, and I've described this library before. It's like a large
yeah.
bunch of books everywhere, and as you guys are kind of like wandering around, looking around, Iris comes in, and you guys are all together now. And Iris, you see Dell kind of in his little office area. It's like a little desk with like books stacked up kind of in like a semicircle. And he's got his nose buried in a book. What do you do?
Ours is kind of like skirt behind a pillar or one of the shit. What are those things that hold books called? Shelves. There we
The
go. I know what a shelf is. And just quietly whisper using the message spell. What you looking at?
What you doing?
And he's gonna look up and be like,
And she's gonna skirt behind the shelf.
and he's gonna be like, Iris, are you hiding from me again, Iris?
Heart's gonna peek out. Hey,
He's like, oh, hey, Iris, how are you?
I'm doing well. And she's gonna run out over. But really,
Hey.
what are you looking at?
He kind of pats you on the shoulder and he's like, yeah, I was doing some research for your friend Ayla.
Speaking of which, Ayla! Iris gonna call out towards the others to come join.
Then I'll come join.
Yes.
This is my friend Ayla. I don't think I've introduced you before. And this is Dill. He's, I'd say a book wizard, honestly.
A book wizard.
And he looks up at you, Ayla, and like he kind of blushes and he's like, I'm not a book wizard. I just, Anyways,
There are more meanings to the word wizard. I don't care or know if you actually do any magic like a wizard, but there is another meaning, and I'm sure you know because you work in a library. This is like my attempt, like Ayla's attempt at like being nice. She's rambling and not really actually making a connection. This is a little
he's like,
awkward.
yeah.
Ours.
I can do a little bit of magic though.
Well, great. So then you're a book wizard.
He says, I guess
Wizard, book wizard.
I guess so. By the way, I can't remember. Did you show him the children's book? I remember
Mhm.
you showed
Yeah.
it to him. Okay.
Well, not me, but I know that
At the very least,
Iris
Cyrus
was like,
talks
"Hey,
about it.
Dev wants to see it. Can you make sure he sees it?" And then
Yes,
they were like, "Of course."
that
Yes.
is exactly what happened.
Yeah. And he goes, are you the one that wanted them information about that children's book?
Yes, among other things.
No. And
Yeah.
Iris is gonna whisper to him, if you want to impress her, tell her what your specialty is.
He's like, yeah, I I kind of got a thing for children's books. Wait, I mean that sounds weird, but it's like I mean
He likes researching the old fantasy children's books, the
yeah, that.
related ones.
Yeah,
Of course.
did you leave the book with him, Iris? I can't remember.
The Fae one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has access to it.
And he goes, oh, Iris, I found something really interesting about that book. And he says, I have it around here. Oh, here it is. And he says, I wanted you to take a look at something. And he says, I found out something really interesting about this book. And he actually opens it up on his desk and he flips through some of the pages and he turns to the back and he slides his finger down the page and he says, look at this symbol right here. And there's a symbol of like a scroll with like a pin. And he says, I found out like when you first brought this to me, I thought this was the original. But as I've been looking at it, I was studying it and I found that this is actually a mark of an organization called the Lorebinders. And I found out that this is actually not the original. It's actually a translation of the original.
Is that?
And go ahead.
Oh, am I there?
Yes,
hearing this,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, you're standing right in front of me. And I found out the original was written about 80 years before this one was published. And as I was looking through, I found a reference to the original book. And the original book was actually from a kingdom where, hold on one second. And he pulls out a book and he starts flipping through and he's like, no, it wasn't a kingdom. It was called a chiefdom. And where was it? Yes, there was a chiefdom of Araneva.
And
And
hold on. I quickly perk up my head and I said, Ardeneva.
yes, Araneva. My apologies.
Ardeneva.
Araneva.
Better.
All right. So, and apparently this chiefdom was run by a chief Roland, and this was actually in his royal library, and they actually found it in the ruins of Araneva. He looks at you when he says that.
Araneva.
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 Anyways,
Wow.
they found it in the ruins there. Unfortunately, I was looking for any reference to the original, and unfortunately, all I was able to find was a reference to it. I wasn't able to find the original. However, I did go through the reference material, and it looks like some of the illustrations in this one are slightly different than the original.
The original
However-
fake or the original?
The original.
Okay.
Yeah. However, I have heard that there's actually a bookstore in Aladoon that specializes in rare children's books. And I wanted to let you know, maybe you might be able to find some more information there.
Thank you. This has been quite eye-opening.
You're very welcome. And also, was reading some of the stories in there, and they seemed pretty interesting. And actually, I was reading about the, because the kid kind of finds a meadow, like a place in the forest that actually opens a portal to like this fantasy realm where he goes on all the adventures. And I actually was able to cross-reference that with some of the other books that I found in that little place that I found. Remember, Iris? In that place, and actually, I think this is referencing a real place.
Where?
I wasn't able to find that out, but there was lots of information telling me that there's speculation that this story is actually based on a true story. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, right? But it could be. I thought that was pretty interesting, don't you?
The Fae is a pretty wild place.
Very interesting.
Also,
I mean, anything is possible. We live in a world with magic, for crying out loud. So it's safe to assume that nearly anything that we imagine can be possible.
agreed. Now, I also found that there's lots of references to the Feywild when I was researching this book. Apparently, there's a sequel to this book, and there's another book written with the same character in it.
And which character is that?
I didn't actually give the guy a name. I should have known that you were going to ask that question.
Well,
One second. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't come up with that. No, that's not gonna work. So,
I'm curious what it was.
so ChatGPT gave me the name Jamie, and that just wouldn't.
Oh.
That's
No,
funny.
he was the author. He's the illustrator.
Oh shit, that's funny.
that wouldn't-
That's how he survived his brain, like his mental health. Well, not really
Yeah.
mental health. That's how he didn't go crazy.
Uh-huh. It's actually the little boy's name is Elroy Finkel. And apparently there's a whole series of books written by him. And in fact, one of those books actually describes how the meadow that he opens the portal in was created. Now, I haven't been able to find these books, And if you happen to find them, I'd really appreciate it if you brought them by, because now I'm very fascinated.
Definitely. I will have to look into this. Also, do I recognize the name Elroy, whatever, at all?
Yes, just from you remember like the main character of lots of the stories that you used to read as a child.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. There is one other thing. I don't know if you guys know a innkeeper by the name of Rebecca Stonejaw. Um, she's actually kind of a children's book kind of connoisseur as well. As a matter of fact, she's purchased several books from the library, and she actually brings me in children's books to kind of do some research on sometimes too.
The Leaping Lady, Stonejaw, or no?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, we know her. Or at least I do.
Well, you might want to talk to her. She might be able to give you some more information as well.
Alright.
Unfortunately, that's all I was able to find out right now. But
I mean, that was very fortunate that you were able to find out that much.
yeah, this is a really cool book. These illustrations. Sometimes when I'm reading this book, I feel like,
They move.
yeah. I thought it's weird, right?
Yes. That is one of the reasons why I was so keen to buy the book at the auction.
Yeah, it's a real fascinating book. So,
Try
was there
not to get
anything
trapped in
else?
it.
He looks at you and he says, "Is that a thing?"
Let's hope not.
I heard some books eat people.
Shut up,
Some
Iris.
books and some books scream at you. And
He
I'm
kinda
just like
looks like
playing it off Iris.
he's
Like
looking
I'm just
back and forth between the two.
I've got a
Are
paper
you
cut
guys-
once.
Me too. I hate paper cuts. Anyways, is there anything else that I can do for you guys?
Several.
Yes. I'm afraid we're going to keep you very busy the next few hours.
I'll teach you some spells in return.
And I will just defer to Iris for your payment, I guess.
More spells.
He's like,
Yeah.
okay. What do you need me to do?
Caden?
You had some things, right, Caden?
Yeah.
Or did you have some things you were able to dig up in addition, Del?
He actually looks up at you, Caden, and he's like, "Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man. I got kind of distracted with the children's books.
Yeah,
but
imagine a picture book that moves. Pretty interesting.
yeah, I've been researching it all night. In fact, what time is it?" He looks at his wrist and he goes, "Oh, I haven't even slept yet."
How long have you been awake?
Should probably get some sleep.
37 hours.
Jesus.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're going to walk us to... Can you even stand up right now? I was gonna get up and see if like he could actually pull him up, or if it's like a bag of dead weight.
He stands up and he says, "Yeah, I'm only a little bit dizzy. I'll be fine."
Could you show us over to the um hidden alcove you found with all the books right now, or is that something you think you'd rather do later?
He looks around and he's like, "There's too many people right now, but if you guys want to come back at night, I could show you then."
That works.
Yeah, I'll probably still be here.
In the meantime, go to sleep. I was gonna give him a little bonk.
And he says, there's plenty of time to sleep when I'm
Now,
dead."
I'll make you dead. Go to sleep.
All right, Iris, I'll take a nap, but do you think you're going to come back tonight?
We probably shouldn't. I actually have no idea if we can or can't. There's other things we need to deal with. But I'll try and send you a message if we will.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to maybe do a little bit more research, and then I promise I'll sleep eventually.
Doubtful. Caden, I think I'd like to introduce you to the Grand Archivist. He'd probably be able to help you with what you're looking for better.
All right. Well, I'm interested.
And also, I think Iris would have brought this up earlier, but I didn't think about it. Iris would have wanted to bring the Dreamweave book, so she
Okay,
could
yeah.
have the Grand Archivist take a look at it as well, and she
I-
would have passed that to Ayla, see if she's okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
With, again, zero intention of leaving the book here, we're taking the book back.
Yeah.
Would
I would assume
Ayla have been okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
if you guys came to the library, the book would be something that you would remember to bring.
Yeah.
And we need to cover some of this book with him.
Yes.
So let's go.
All right, I'll see you later, Iris.
Go sleep!
He's already reading. You guys make your way to Grand Archivist Lindell's office, and the door is closed.
I was gonna listen and see if she could hear anything.
Roll a perception check.
17.
So, as you're kind of listening to the door, you hear Grand Archivist Lindell talking to somebody, but you can't make out what he's saying.
I was gonna step back for a minute.
Should you just knock?
Yes. I was gonna go and knock.
As soon as you knock, the voice cuts off abruptly, and you hear, "Come."
Alright, so I'll go on and enter the room. Grand Archivist, do you have a moment?
Like, oh, Iris, I've been meaning to send a message to you. I have some information about that task that I set for you.
Excellent. Let me introduce you to my friends. They'd be assisting me with this either way. So what I need to hear, they more or less need to hear anyways.
He kind of looks kind of curiously at the two of you, and he says, "Oh, wasn't aware that we were." That's fine, Iris. I trust you.
I can't do anything alone. Much like, well, I'm sure we all can't do everything alone.
Oh, it's no problem. Anyways, what did you need something from me before we discuss what I need from you?
The things we need may take longer than that discussion, but short version, I brought the other book we had purchased, and I would like your help in perusing it. See if you could find things that we missed.
His eyes kind of light up, and he's like, "Oh!" and he holds out his hand for it.
Nars will pass it over, and as she's passing it over, my friend here is also looking for information, and I don't think Dell's well equipped to assist him. I was hoping you might be able to provide better insight.
Of course, and he's kind of half listening to you as he's flipping through the book. He's like making these. Oh. Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty fast reader.
Mhm.
I was going to say to the others.
He's reading the book, and he looks up and he says, "Man, Iris, you've really found something special here."
Again, I believe perusing that may take a while if you wanted to pass us the information for our job. And is the door closed, by the way?
I don't know. Did you close it?
Yes.
Then yes. And he says, "Oh, yes. I apologize." And he closes the book and sets it on the desk. "Do you mind leaving this with me for a day or two? I'd like to do some research."
I think that we will take it home with us every night, but we'll bring it back and be here while you do your research.
We have a lot of research to cover, and while you already understand the other reason, with the experiments.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Also, I could have sworn. Oh wait, it wasn't me that heard it. Never mind. Well, I mean, Iris, would you have told us that you hear talking
Which talking?
when you listened at the door?
No.
Okay.
I think she wouldn't have said that. She'll probably tell you guys afterwards, but I don't think Iris thought much of it because wizards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is like natural phenomena for her to talk to herself, so it's like, no big deal.
For sure. He says yes. About that task. Did he give you the book yet?
I don't think we went into any detail on it, so
I
probably
don't think
not.
so either. So he turns around and he rummages through a stack of books and he's like, "Oh yes, here it is. This is the book that I'm going to have you sell to my contacts. However, there's been a bit of a complication. Uh, Apparently last night I had another buyer enter the conversation. Um, there's only a slight problem though. We can't sell the book to both of them, and if I say no to one, then they may become a problem. But if we tell both of them that we can sell them the book, then that has its own list of problems.
So, is there any negative of selling it to the one that might beat you up if you don't sell it?
He says, "Well, I'm not too worried about them beating me up." And he kind of like says it like in a mocking way. Um, but I have a feeling that both of these buyers want this book pretty badly, and if I won't sell it to them, they'll find other means of acquiring it.
So likely, since we're obviously going to sell it to the one we're tracking,
Or
we sell. Go ahead.
Or just sell it to the person who is going to pay the most for it, and then just let the other try to steal it from them. Their problem now. You're just wanting it for the money, aren't you? In the
No.
same sort of mocking tone.
He kind of looks at you, Iris. and
I
says,
may have misexplained what our goal is. We need this specific buyer to buy it so we could track that person, see who he gives it to. So we need that person to end up with it.
Okay, well then I don't see the problem. Just sell it to the person you need to sell it to. Why do men have to make it so complicated?
he says, "Well, fortunately, this is why I entrusted you with this task. Um, it's not complicated for me, but it's complicated for you. Anyways, here's the book, Iris," and he hands it to you, and he says, "Now, the reason that this book is important is this book discusses possibilities and theories on how to manipulate time if time manipulation was possible. And after the events of a couple of days ago, I think it's important to find out who wants this information."
Okay.
Can I read the book?
I mean, once you leave with it, you can do whatever you want.
As
But
long as we accomplish our mission.
exactly. It's very
Okay.
important that we find out why people are interested in this in time manipulation. As I told you, Iris, this magic is frowned upon because it has the
Creative
ability.
problems.
Correct. So I think it's important that we discover who's looking for this, and it could lead us to whoever stole the artifact from the auction.
Well, I did tell him about Grimshaw, for the record.
Yeah, he's not sure if you told them about that.
Fair enough. Iris will. Let's get down some details. Like, just clear out what make this go smoothly. Do you have a contact name for the person we want to buy it?
So we can handle this. Here's the thing. I kind of don't care who buys the book. Either buyer, we probably need to know their identities. And we could potentially use this book as bait to draw both of them out and find out who both of them are.
Okay. So this isn't some setup deal. He still needs to set up the deal and everything, more or less.
I'm going to send them a message and let them know where to meet you. And then they will come and meet you wherever you'd like. But I wanted to talk to you first before I sent the message setting up the meeting.
Okay. So message for location and time. Proceed from there.
Yes.
Straightforward.
And again, Iris, what I'm doing is not entirely on the up and up. So we have to keep this secret.
Of course. If anybody, I understand the importance of this mission because the idea of messing with time or being able to change or be able to, who knows, that could be detrimental to everyone in our known world. So, we're going to try to prevent anything bad from happening, starting with figuring out who wants to change stuff.
I appreciate that. So, what do you guys think? Do you have an idea? So, let me give you a little bit of information about the two buyers. They're both willing to pay 2,500 gold.
2,500? Didn't we pay more for this book during the auction?
Unfortunately. Iris is like a little bit angry.
I know. Me too.
We should go see them afterwards. Iris look over to Ayla.
Well, you have to understand when you're not going through
Normal channels.
Yes, because I'm actually changing my opinion. Because if you're going through back channels, you have to understand I don't deal in criminal shit. Probably much more than that. So I'm going to change that to 10,000 gold.
Okay.
They're both willing to pay 10,000 gold. However, if you can get more power to you. Now,
Understood.
The new buyer is the person that came to me. He's a tall, scraggly looking individual. He's always wearing a tricorn hat.
Just crabs.
Yes, that was his name.
Are you serious?
Oh my
Fucking
God.
crabs. That's the new buyer.
Do you know him?
It's probably not
Unfortunately.
even him trying to buy it. It's probably that woman I told you about using crabs.
He's a middleman.
Yeah.
And then the other one said that their benefactor was a figure from the sprawl. He didn't give me details.
Probably.
And that's for the first one or the second one?
That
The
was
new
the
one, rather.
original buyer was
Okay,
from the sprawl.
original
The
buyer.
second one was your friend Krabs, apparently.
Did he say who he's working for, Krabs? Or just that he's interested in buying it?
They never tell me who they're working for.
Okay. Other than the original buyer, benefactor from...
Correct. And the only reason I know that is I've seen these kids around.
Is he using a kid to get a hold of it?
Yes, it's
Where if
he
you say Bob...
picks up a book and he looks through it, says, do The older one's name is Thorn, and he said his friend's name was Mouse.
Thorn and Mouse. Okay, that will
So,
make this very interesting.
which one would you like me to contact?
Out of curiosity, we have a relative time frame for when they're expecting you to message them?
I said that I would get back to them within the next couple of days. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to get done whatever you needed before uh, going on this little mission for me.
So if we tell both of them we want to meet them, we can tell them that we want to meet them at different times, and don't actually meet them and just see that they show up. They'll obviously get disappointed, and then maybe go and report to the person that they're trying to get the book for, and then we can find out the identities of both of them without actually having to get rid of the book or talk to anybody at this point.
That is an interesting idea. I'll leave the details up to you. This has never really been my expertise. I just find the books
Do you have a
and
location for where we'll be picking them up?
um, usually they let me tell them where to meet them.
So
I rarely go myself. I usually send Dell.
where would Dell usually be doing the delivery? So we could understand the environment we will be setting ourselves into.
Yeah, he usually hold on. I will tell you the name of it. I have to
I am running out of note pages. Or since we get the choice of picked area, is there somewhere we would like to meet them? Perhaps we should, if we could pick our location, then we might as well just decide later.
Yeah.
I
But
think, go ahead.
I thought we have to pick it now so he can set up the meeting.
Correct. Yes.
You don't think you could push it for another day?
I mean, I can wait. However, maybe better to meet with one day and the other the next, or how would you guys want to do that?
Yeah. Probably that works.
Okay. So we'll be doing this tonight then.
What do you think, Hayden?
Deciding between what?
Where we're going
distracted.
where we're
That
going to
we're
meet.
doing this tonight.
Oh, talking to one of the buyers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we still with the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna talk about it away from him. I do have something to say, but I don't want to get this gentleman involved.
So he says, usually we meet at it's some tavern in the sprawl called the Mountain's Rest.
Mountains Rest. Okay.
All right, then set it up.
I want to discuss some stuff prior to that.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably do it tonight, but I'd
Just
like
a
to
little-
cover some other things.
Yeah.
Mountains. Sorry, what was the name?
Mountain Rest.
The Mountain's Rest.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to discuss with my friends how we want to go about this in detail.
Absolutely. You guys discuss. Whenever you guys are ready, you just let me know and I'll send the message.
Okay. Last thing, Caden, did you want to ask him about your problem prior to us discussing anything else?
My problem.
Looking for things related to plane shifting.
No, I figured he was gonna do that now that he's done with your book. Right?
That's Dell that was going to do that.
Oh, it's a different guy.
Yes.
My
This is
bad.
Grand Archivist Lindo.
Oh shit, that's right.
So this is like the head of the library.
Okay, so I need to ask him about the books. Okay. I'm told that you guys might have books for communicating between planes.
Well, this is a library. We do have many books. What specifically do you mean communicating?
Or findings. Someone's missing that's in another plane. A few
Yes.
people, actually.
And I presume you don't know which plane is the problem?
Well, yeah, I guess that's one of them. One of the problems. We know where,
If
or we think we know where your friends are, right?
Now, let me ask you. Are you looking to communicate with these people or just locate them?
Both, if possible. Communicating might help us locate them.
that'd probably be easier to manage, too.
He kind of sits there tapping his lips with his finger and says, I may have a book for you. And he turns around and he's rifling through his bookshelves. Yes. He pulls out a book and he says, and he flips through it a little bit. This may help. And he hands it over to you, and it is called Voyages Beyond the Veil, A Guide to Planar Travel.
Okay.
Written by Archmage Alondriel Silverweave. And he hands it to you and he says, this may have some information for you. Or at the very least, it will give you some insights that maybe we can narrow down your research.
Alright, and I can take this.
And he says, of course, but please return it when you're done.
Absolutely.
It's a library, Kaden.
Yeah, I know. But I was making sure it wasn't like a special book that can only be read while we're here.
Okay, we will let you get back to perusing that book while my friends and I discuss our plan.
Excellent.
Unless if there's anything else you two wanted to ask. I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I was on mute. Wow.
Oh, what did you say?
I said not right now, but I think a little while later I'd need some questions answered if that's all right.
Of course.
Thank you.
And I will probably stop by individually later.
Of course. If there's nothing else, I'd really like to get into the book. And he puts his hand kind of on the book you left.
Understood. Question. I did realize something else. Do you have any similar books to the one we will be selling of lesser value that would be hard to differentiate?
He thinks for a second.
Or two, for that matter, would make it even easier.
He turns around and he grabs a book and he says, now, understand, this won't pass any kind of scrutiny. But
There's two kids and crabs. I'm sure you've seen what he looks like.
He kind of smiles and he says, well, you may be able to get it past crabs, but you'd be surprised how intuitive these kids are. But
oh yeah, I just lost a bet to one of them essentially. Okay, point taken.
he hands it to you and he says, like I said, it won't pass any scrutinies, but the covers are similar.
That'll work. Thank you.
And you guys, he kind of smiles and kind of waves you guys out of his office. And as you guys are leaving, you see him sit down and start flipping through the book. So, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm sure
Oh,
Iris knows
mhm.
somewhere we could go to that's quiet and put away, some alcove where
Oh
she
yeah,
feels pretty secure in.
you guys make your way to a quiet reading alcove.
Okay. What are you guys thinking right now?
Alright. You know how Krabs and another gentleman were seeking to buy the books, right?
Yes.
I worry that the other person is working for.
Your father?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So one of my thoughts is maybe we get on this other buyer's good side somehow, and then we have somebody to help us work against him.
So you want to work with the buyer that Krabs
Yeah,
is
ignoring
working with.
Krabs in general, but yes,
Okay.
the buyer's what I'm interested in. Also, not gonna lie, my curiosity is still piqued on who the fuck that is.
Do you think it's the same person you're gonna try to have you seal?
Absolutely, but that's an assumption I'm making.
I like your assumption. That'll be certainly interesting. How are you thinking of? Do you want to just go straight up to Krabs, or do you want
Yes,
to go through the deal?
I think we should maybe go to Krabs first, because that's who we're gonna have to work through anyway. But try to maybe milk some information from him.
Okay, so I probably won't have to give him a decoy book. That's a shame. Okay, so we'll just straight up talk to Krabs about working together. Do you think he'll be evasive again?
I'm sure he will, but he can't help himself but talk sometimes.
Makes me
Fair
happy
enough.
that you know Crab so well already.
Do you know where Krabs would be roughly right now?
Usually he finds me.
That is. I'm
Frightening.
almost. Yes, that is the word I was looking for. I hope he
That is
doesn't
true. I
show
don't
up.
think you've ever found Crabs. I think he just finds you.
You don't find crabs. You don't go looking for crabs.
You just get
Crabs
Krabs.
No one looks for Crabs. It just finds you and then it won't go away.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he'll probably
Okay.
show up if we go home, especially if Sarah's there.
I won't be surprised if he tries to recruit you to go buy this book.
I wouldn't be surprised if we meet him on the way home since we're talking about him out loud.
Say his name 3 times
We're
in a row.
summoning him.
Krabs.
There's yeah. Like that
Hey,
old
kid! No.
I
story.
knew it. He's a djinn.
Okay.
Oh,
Do
3 wishes.
we
I'm
think
thinking
that'd
3
be
wishes.
sufficient for today? Okay.
Beetlejuice is what you're thinking.
Yeah, but I was thinking you said his name 3 times, and I was thinking 3 wishes, so I called him a djinn.
Oh.
Okay, so that deals with one of the buyers. I need to ask
We killed
him
the
what
other
he
one.
meant
I'm just kidding. Kinda.
eventually. Well, they're the kids, Kaden!
Oh, the other buyer's a kid?
Well, the
They're
purpose.
just messengers.
Yes.
Oh.
So I think we go with that deal as planned. And we'll try and. How do you guys feel about me trying to get them a decoy? The decoy book might not work. It'll be a hard shot, but make it easier or less risky.
That's up to you, honestly.
Okay.
I have no
But either
connection
way,
to
I
the
would
book.
like to try and actually make the deal
Yeah.
so we could get that money. I am interested in helping this library. But I do want to go a little bit further than that. I want to follow the person who buys it
Yes.
and figure out where they go. And if we could figure out that much, maybe even steal it back.
On a side note, Iris, do you know of any spells that could function as a copying spell? Like if we don't have time to read the book right now, like if we could just copy the content?
Kaden, see if you know anything also. And
mean-
Iris is gonna start looking through her spells.
I don't have a spell for that. That's something that can just take time to do. But I don't know if we want to spend that much time doing it.
Because I
think
do
this
want to
is
know the
beyond my
contents of this
means.
book.
I do too. And short of just plowing through it right now, I think we could probably push. If we're meeting with crowds tonight, we could push the other ones tomorrow. I would bargain,
Yeah.
but we'll see how the Grand Archivist feels about that. Either way, I think we should try and push the real deal to tomorrow.
Yes. I
And
agree.
actually, we could probably message them and say, I don't want to give them that much time. Less preparation, you know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, if you want to set that up, I want to read as much of this book as I can.
Iris is gonna pass Ayla that book.
Okay.
More or less plan then is talk with Crabs tonight, black market deal tomorrow, track
Mhm.
dealer, possibly kill him. Sounds straightforward and easy.
Easy as pie.
Yay. Okay.
Few side
Um,
missions, find crabs, right? Oh wait, that's part of it. But find, hopefully she shows up. Laura.
Laura.
Yeah.
Lara. That's what I said.
That is something I haven't gotten a message about yet. Oh, Iris is not Sapper Fingers. About those kids. Iris is gonna give a quick rundown of the whole conversation, which is more or less they're working for someone named Tess out of an orphanage.
Tess, you say?
Yes.
Don't I know someone named Tess? Or is that a different game?
That might
That's
be a
a different
different game.
game.
Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, that was Anton's nemesis.
Ah, yes.
Well, it's
Um,
Tessa, but yeah.
I vaguely remember it.
And wasn't one of the space pirate queens Tess? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyways,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah. Tessa's World, yes.
Holy shit, my notes fucking suck.
That's
Apparently
funny.
that's all I could find.
I didn't realize how often I used the name Tess.
Well, technically, it's only 2 times for you.
Yeah.
I got pee. Can we take a 5 minute?
Yes. You can take
Okay.
a 5 minute.
Do you guys hear the cat purring?
I do not, but I wish I did.
He's chewing on my finger right now, and it reminds me of like just literally a baby. I'm like, he must be actually teething.
Probably.
And it's not hard either. Like he's not chewing on it like hard. So that's why I'm like, I think he's chewing on it just for a little pressure. Come here, kitty.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to remember my crab's voice.
Have you guys read Yumi and the Nightmare Painter?
No.
Nope. Junie and the Nightmare Painter.
Yumi. It's another Brandon Sanderson. I don't think I will ever get to the whole stack of books this man has written.
It is ridiculous.
I want to read all of them.
It's
Yeah,
funny. I was
you'll
looking.
never read them all.
Nope. I was looking at reviews for the Audible version of Skyward, which I can't find anywhere other than fucking Audible. But anyways,
Mm.
it's funny that you had brought up it's geared towards young adults, since the first person who put a review was like, I did not realize this was geared towards young adults when I started reading it, but I loved it anyways.
Yeah, it's interesting. Apparently, in Europe, that book is not marketed as a young adult novel. It's just a
Really?
regular science fiction novel. Yeah, because it doesn't have the same young adult feel as other young adult novels, where it's like the dumb drama that happens with like maybe love triangles or I mean, it does have the whole like you're like sort of a chosen one, but she's not exactly a chosen one. She's not the only one of her kind, sort of thing. But I don't know. It does it differently, and it's good.
It's funny. Apparently, they use a different actor or voice actress, for lack of a better term, for the British version, and she's apparently like sounds super sarcastic.
Hmm. Well, the American version is fine. I don't have any complaints. I mean, I've listened to better voice actors, but I've also listened to way worse.
I don't think voice actor wise, it could possibly get worse than listening to an old guy talk about fucking Game of Thrones. It gets pretty awkward in those scenes. Listening to an old guy go through some of those.
Yumi and the Nightmare Painter is a really good one too, and there's like a tinge, not a tinge, but I mean it's kind of like a romance book, I guess, but not really. It's like from enemies, but not enemies, but like they hate each other to like they have a fondness for each other, but they're not lovers. I don't know how to explain it.
Who?
Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. You haven't read that one.
Oh yeah, I'm behind on that one. Oop. Because we're listening to other stuff right now. Oop. And I haven't been physically reading anything like I should be. Oop.
Oop. You said oop like 3 times.
Fuck.
Oop.
Apparently, that's my. What is it? Idiosyncrasy is what you call it. I say oop all the time.
That's way better than mine.
I
Just say fuck all the time.
I have no idea I say it. Like Miranda's like, you said oop like 3 times, and I'm like, I have no recollection of it at all. Like I remember that one because she said it fast enough, but my mind just blanks it out. Like I have no idea I'm doing it.
I want to get you a little counter for this. Counter.
Oop counter.
I must
Just at the end of the day, be like 550.
Yeah, honestly, I must have been. Now I'm thinking about it. Like I'm worried I'm gonna say it. I think I'm doing something. Like either I'm setting something down or I'm actively physically doing something when I do it. Say it.
Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Question for the book: is that something that looks like Ayla could actually read through a day?
I mean, it's very thick. Understanding it would probably take longer than just a day, but she could definitely gather some information about it.
I wish we had like a fucking photo printer.
Maybe we could be like, oh, we're not in character. Maybe we could be like, hey, we want to give this to you, but can you give us a few more days of owning it before we give it to you? We just want to know that you can buy it. You're our seller. We'll sell it to you, but we want to, absorb it. That's why we bought it.
Actually, do we want to be in character?
I don't know if that would be good or bad.
Well,
because if somebody is really trying to get their hands on this information, they don't want to get other people to get their hands on the information. So I feel like they might try to kill us or something.
Well,
like if they knew that.
Interesting to say the least.
I have a few questions for the Grand Archivist. One of them's going to be if he actually just already knows what's in this book anyways, we could just get it from him.
That's a good question. I still want to try to read it.
I was going to say,
on my own, and
I
then
would do that still. Yeah.
Yeah. Fill in the gaps by the Grand Archivist.
You'd like to stay here and read that while Kate and I maybe go deal with crabs, or do you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Should you be there with us? I'm not particularly afraid of crabs.
I will say that he likes women, and so you might help loosen him up,
Mm.
Ayla. Or
Okay.
maybe we could get Sarah to help us with that.
Hmm.
God just said,
I
"Good luck."
I think I don't know, but I don't have a lot of experience trying to convince men in a nice way to do something I want them to
Hey,
he
he was probably into it.
Uh,
Hey, I'm sorry. Close your ears, Iris.
this is going to do just that.
I mean, she already heard it. It's good.
This is why I want to start drinking, Caden.
You know what? Fair. One shot a day.
Also, I'm over 18. I can drink.
Oh,
Well, I'm 18, but I'm old enough to drink.
I thought you were 16 or 14.
That was 2 years ago.
You don't
There's
age.
been a time skip.
Does she age?
Who?
Does she look like she ages?
Who?
Iris. I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, she was like, what, 16 when you guys started? So she's probably like 17, 18 now?
Just 16 and a half we'll go with. 16 3/4, fuck it.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Drugs.
Okay, I'm
Besides
going
that.
to go ask the archivist some questions. Caden, do you have anything you want to do while Ayla reads?
Oh, did I ask the archivist my other question, or not the archivist, the other guy about the other book thing in front of you, or do you know about that, or I don't remember
Which one is that?
when I was asking
The
about the
religious one?
resurrection.
Yes,
If
you
you
did that
shared
last
that
time.
to me, I don't think I was there when you were asking about the books. I just know you were asking about books.
Yeah,
So if
that
you
was
didn't want
when
to pass that on,
That was
when
private, right?
Lindell was giving you the
Yeah, because you were
Oh.
talking to somebody else, right?
correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Then I'll wait because that's what I want to talk to the Grand Archivist about.
Okay. I'm going to go ask him my questions, and then I'll go find something to do, I guess. Actually, I'll probably read the book with Ayla until you're ready to go deal with crabs. But first, let's go ask the Grand Archivist some more questions. And I was gonna head off to the Grand Archivist.
Yeah, I'll go with him because fuck it. Her.
Iris will go up to the door and knock.
And he's like, "Come in, Iris."
Just look around for like any magic eye floating around and go inside.
Am I allowed in?
Yes.
Okay, you said come in, Iris, so I just had to make sure.
That's very polite. I'm surprised of you.
Shut up.
Grand Archivist, I had a couple questions to make things go easier for us.
Yes.
The first one is for the book we intend, like the book they intend on buying. I presume you've already read through it and understand the content significantly?
Yes, I have a rudimentary grasp of the material.
Understood. Is there any particular... I do want to take a look at it prior to handing it off, but obviously we can't hold on to it for more than all of half a day. Are there any portions we should focus on if we had a night to deal with it? Understandable if this isn't one of those kinds of books.
So it does have some information about theoretical artifacts that are capable of time manipulation. If I was to be doing a research, that's what I would focus on.
Okay, I will do that. Second thing is we have a way to deal with crabs already. We won't go into detail, but more or less we don't plan on contacting him for that.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is set up the meeting for tomorrow.
Okay, and
for
where would you like to
dealing
meet?
the actual book. I don't think we have any better plans than where he normally meets at the Mountain's Rest.
Okay. I will let them know. And when would you like to meet them?
Caden, any input?
Oh, for when? Are we
Like
doing
time
it
of the day.
tonight or?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I think towards the afternoon, right? Seems like the best time.
Okay. I will set up the meeting.
Afternoon, night.
Excellent. So I'll send that out as soon as we finish up here. Can I help you with anything else?
Yes, unless you first. Finish your business.
I'm done here. Whatever Caden had a question on, I want to go look at that book also, so I'll leave you to it.
All right.
Iris will bow out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, don't look at me weird. I'm just curious, and I know that's usually how these things start, and all good intentions and whatnot. I am looking for any information on bringing someone back from the dead, but not in like a undead scary way, but more in like a maybe miracle-y where they're fully intact with their memories and all yada yada.
He kind of purses his lips and he says, So, not necromancy, but more resurrection.
Yeah, that seems right. Unless
Yes,
necromancy
it's-
works and it's not evil. I don't know.
I'll be honest with you, young man. He's way older than you, by the way. I don't have a lot of expertise in that, but I may be able to set you up with one of my colleagues who has done some research about that.
Okay.
Her name is Dr. Alondra Mordaviv. And she, I believe, is out of the city right now, but I will be sure to let you know when she gets back, and I can set up a meeting with her.
Okay. So just check in every now and then.
I'll see if I can't get a message to her, find out when she'll be back, and I should have some information probably once you guys are done with your current
Quest.
mission.
All
It's
right.
like DM speak for I need to figure this out myself.
Exactly.
All right, that's not a problem. I'll be around. And it's not
Okay.
like, he's going anywhere.
he laughs a little bit and he says, "Probably not." So anything else?
No, that's it. Just, searching for information. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. I'll be looking forward to hearing about your progress.
Yeah, thanks. Bye. And walks out.
Okay, so here is what you guys are going to get from the
Oh.
Go ahead.
That was a question.
Oh, you said book. I thought you said
Yeah. So did I.
Counter.
All right, so I'm gonna put it in the Discord chat if it lets me. All right.
Flavor wise, I think Iris is gonna be sitting across from Ayla, and she's just gonna have crackles sit next to her and read the book through Crackle's eyes.
Okay, that's very creepy.
I'm sure, like, Iris and Ayla are able to read upside down.
I have no doubt.
I mean, teachers do it. I could read upside down IRL.
I can't
cannot.
do actually. Apparently, that is a rare skill, but yeah, I can't actually.
Holy shit.
I know, like, most of the teachers I know can read upside down.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. It's just
That's
That's
something
why
that
they're
you...
teachers.
So I posted in the Discord chat. This is basically the information that you're kind of able to glean from the book in the short time that you guys have with it.
So there's more or less all the stuff we learned, or are we picking something to delve into? Or is this just like a general rundown?
Just a general rundown. Is there something specific? I figure, like, here's the thing. It's a thick book. You guys need to read it. And then, like, at least for me, when I research things, I read it the first time just to glean the information that it possesses. And then I delve deeper into specific things later.
Mhm.
If I
Does
had
that-
the time to read a book properly, yes. But since I asked the archivist, like if we had to focus on something, I'd ask Ayla if she wanted to just focus on the artifacts of ages, probably.
Okay. If you would like to delve specifically into one thing, you can pick one
And-
of the topics, and I'll give you some more information.
That'll be a question mixed with Ayla's opinion. How would you like about it, Ayla? Focus on artifacts or just get a general run through?
Can I do both? Because I
Um,
will want to know, like, the general information.
General information is then.
Okay. I mean, I don't like. Here's the thing: you kind of know the topics that it discusses now, and then you could look more deeply into the different areas, maybe finding different books, or if you have more time with the book later.
Okay.
I'm
We
guessing
probably
this
will
is
have
what-
more time. It's not till tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you end up selling it to crabs, and then.
Oh, that'd be the worst case scenario.
We wouldn't be selling it to crabs. It would be to his employer.
True, but
What if
technically
we
the book-
give me the book, we hide crabs, and then I dress up as crabs, and then go to the employer?
How are you gonna find the employer?
I don't know. We'd have to interrogate crabs. I mean, talk to him. Seduce him.
We
Yeah.
could interrogate
You know what?
crabs.
Actually, Ayla,
What?
we don't need you. I'll just put on my feminine voice, disguise self as you, and we're good.
I want to
Okay.
see this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Impress me.
Not on command. I can't do it on command.
You can't.
Don't put me on the
perform
spot.
command.
Sorry, Caden.
I gotta practice
All
my
right.
accent.
Are you guys gonna? You guys have been at the library for several hours, kind of going through all of this stuff. What are you doing while they're reading this book, Caden?
Oh yeah. I don't know. We're at the library store.
Yeah.
Now that you mention, I think Iris probably would have remembered this at some point. Caden, do we want socks crabs tonight?
Well, I mean,
Actually, what time is it?
if we run into him,
You literally have no idea how to find him, do you?
no, I would just walk home and maybe see him.
Ayla, do you want to stay here with the book and pick up ours on the way out? And
Yeah.
Kate and
I could-
I could just go walk around.
And just call his name out.
Well, let's walk home first. See if he's trying to show up there.
Okay.
I guess
be
we should
safe.
expend another slot before we leave. Wait, that's not in world. I guess we should disguise ourselves before we leave.
Yes, I usually do, honestly.
All right.
So you guys are going to describe yourself and then...
Just start walking.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the house.
I think right now, Iris is kind of gonna look like the person who had walked into the library as she was. So, who more or less looks like just a much younger version of Iris, honestly.
Okay.
So right now, that she looks like the person who she had walks in as.
Like Amy?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are making your way back towards the house. Are you going to change your disguise before you go in?
Yes. Iris will absolutely
Okay.
change her disguise before she gets back.
All right. So, and Ayla, you're staying at the library, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Split the party.
Yeah. It's always a great idea.
It's never gone poorly for
And Dungeons and
Arkmere.
Dragons. Yeah. Nothing bad ever happens when the party splits. All right.
Then the ninjas attack.
Not again.
Give me a second. I need to use the restroom.
Damn ninjas.
You know, in retrospect, if we were trying to find crabs, we probably shouldn't have been walking around disguised.
Oh, fuck. You're right. Well, maybe
I guess we should walk back to the library and walk back
we
again.
don't have to walk to the library, but maybe go to, like, because sometimes he finds me at the Leaping Lady. It's like, we could go there, and we already have to talk to her about the book.
Yes, you're right.
So kill two
Leaping
birds
Lady
with
it
one
is.
stone. You ever done that?
2 birds with 1 stone?
Yeah, it's like, but why? It's kind of malicious, isn't it?
Well,
Like, here,
yes,
watch me
throwing
kill 2
birds at
birds.
stones.
Well, I guess if you're hunting, that's very efficient. Never mind, I take it back.
I've seen a friend of mine shoot 2 birds with an arrow. That's pretty impressive. She also had deer afterwards.
I could take out, like, a flock of birds with a fireball, so...
And they'll be cooked.
Does expend a lot of energy, though, to be fair.
It probably won't be cooked.
But
I tried.
energy... No, that'd be cooked, for sure.
They have to like hit it with a few of them, I think.
Maybe we
Then the outside's gonna be charred a
We could
little bit.
experiment and donate
Yes.
the birds to charity. The kids on the
The
street.
charred, burned birds charity.
Yeah,
Probably with their feet still on.
feed the poor.
All right, I'm back. By the way.
Leave us alone. We're in character.
Okay. So we're back at the house in normal form.
Okay. So, so you guys get back to the house. Hold on. My brain stopped working.
Happens to me.
I had a thing that I was going to do when you got back to the house, but it has left my brain.
Crab, Sarah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Dangerous, bad for
Laura.
us.
Oh, yes.
The bird.
Laura. That was it. So when you guys get back to the house, you guys walk in, and you see Laura kind of bustling around in the kitchen, and she says, "Oh, welcome back. I missed you guys this morning. I was out gathering some information for you."
Insight check?
Just immediately.
Roll an insight check.
Caden's like, I trust her.
Yep, that's definitely her. No one's wearing her skin.
Yes, it appears to be her. She says, after your guys' conversation last night, I thought I'd go out and see if I could gather some information for you. And I was able to wander around in the sprawl this morning, and it seems to be that they're on high alert. A lot of the gangs, or a lot of the like the people in the sprawl there's like checkpoints and things like that while you're walking around. So be sure to be careful when you're out there. But I found out that.
Vale needs a bath.
I just gave her a bath.
I know, but the fence, now that we had the fence up, we give her another one. Sorry, random. I took advantage of your thinking bubble.
Breathe. No, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Breathe. Drop it. Like, he literally just inhaled my little diamond. Don't. Okay, I'm.
Continues
Oh
to
my
do
God.
so.
Did he swallow it?
I don't know.
Well, at least
What
they're
did he eat?
small. I think he'll poop them out.
Yeah, he'll poop them out for sure, but that can't be good.
No.
Christ.
We'll keep an eye on him.
Oh,
Why are you so cute?
Lara says, I did some digging to kind of give you guys a head start on finding out a little bit more about Xander's kind of organization. And I asked around discreetly, mind you, to try to gain some information. And from what I gathered, everything leads back to a bar by the name of, or a tavern by the name of. I hate it when I closed it. Oh, I'm stupid. So, apparently, one of the mountain's generals is stationed. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Is operates out of a tavern called the Mountain's Rest.
Of course you would.
Isn't that where we're meeting?
That is
Mhm.
where we're meeting.
Fuck.
You should have picked somewhere else.
That's... well, that's exciting.
Though at least we know almost immediately where it's going.
Yeah. At least we didn't head there right away either. It just helps.
And she sees your guys' facial expressions. She's like, "Did you already know about that place?"
Not that it was
Me?
connected directly, but
Oh, whew, I thought I'd wasted my entire morning.
What do you know about it, other than one of his people works out there?
Not a lot. All I know is people talk about how the kind of like those people that make the businesses pay their protection money. They often are seen going in and out of that tavern.
well, this is perfect at least. This will give us going there is great, even if we sell the book, because we'll get maybe some insight into what businesses are happening there. That way we can haze it and harass it, the smaller operations coming out of there.
That makes sense.
This will be like
Just
our
tourist
reconnaissance. But,
Two birds, one stone.
however, I don't know if going as ourselves seems not the smartest.
Well, we aren't obligated to show up as ourselves, as long as they don't have anything that could easily detect us being
Yeah, and even then, I'm sure they're used to people hiding their identity. To protect personal business.
Hopefully they aren't too good at it. Otherwise, we're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, well, that's the risk we have to take, right?
You'll figure things out.
Yeah, or we might not, but hopefully we do.
Okay.
We could always plan some sort of backup.
Short version, Laura. We're selling a book there tomorrow.
Oh, well, good. At least you'll be able to find the place. So what are you guys planning on doing tonight?
I kind of wanted to. Is Sarah around?
Oh yeah, she's up in Ayla's room.
I kind of wanted to talk to everyone at some point just to get something off my chest. But other plans? Do
Oh,
we have other
that's-
plans?
Find crabs.
Find crabs.
You've seen
Has
crabs?
crabs shown up?
I haven't seen him today.
I know it's weird that we're looking for him. Any
It
idea
is-
where he might actually hang out?
Oh yeah, we were gonna go to the Leaping Lady.
That seems like as good a place as any. I try to avoid crabs. myself.
Doesn't everyone? Yeah. I'm talking about not him. I was trying to make a joke, but I realized it applies to both.
Yes, Jaden. I too was making a joke.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to go down this joke line anymore. We're going to the Leaping Lady.
Caden's book smart. That's it.
Okay, well, have fun, Caden. Try not to pick up any more young ladies at the tavern.
I'm not trying to pick up any young ladies.
And she kind of looks up the stairs. It's like, yeah, of course not.
Just happens.
That's a daughter or something.
Mm-hmm.
My God, lady.
Then we're looking for a mysterious woman lost in the plains for you.
That's another story. And she had a thing for me too at one point, but that's a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it. I swear.
Lara's just smiling at you.
Oh boy.
I am curious, but I think that's a story for later. Or do I already know this story? Question mark.
I think yes. I think you know a lot of. At this point,
The
I think
more or less rundown.
yeah. I think I did it even when Celestina was still here. I
Mhm.
dropped a lot of the backstory stuff then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I'd
wasn't sure
say
how much detail
I'd
we
say
had.
all those details are pretty out in the open. The only thing is relation to that book. I think he's a little more quiet about. I think because he's embarrassed partially, like he doesn't want to explain it. He just wants to do it.
For sure.
Iris is not. In fact, me as a player doesn't understand the religious book part. I mean, Iris doesn't even know about that part, but me as a player doesn't understand it. So by all means, continue.
Okay.
So,
I thought I told
if you did, I don't
you.
remember.
No. Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Okay.
I think Iris would be in that boat, so it'll be easier to
Yeah,
role play.
No, I get that.
Crabs. Let's go.
All right, to the Leaping Lady.
Oh yeah, all the kids out on the streets are spying on people for tests. If you needed that information, let's go.
Okay, bye.
See you in a little bit.
So you guys
Bye,
make your way-
Sarah.
You hear?
I'm muffled. That was good.
You guys make your way to the Leaping Lady. Now, here's one thing that that we could retcon if necessary.
Huh.
Ayla's kind of the one that needs to talk to Rebecca.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'll probably be
Right.
better if she did, but we know what she wants to ask more. No, not really.
No, I mean we could still go, and then she gets double tap it later. It's
Yeah, this
mostly
could be
we are
something
looking
to
for
go with.
crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can just pass on that. Hey, Ayla needs to talk to you sometime about blah.
hmm Okay,
Good
so
point, though.
you guys make your way to the Leaping Lady Inn. And as you guys walk in,
Hang on. Ours is like has fucking enhance ability, the persuasion one on Caden.
Savage. Oh, on me.
I feel like you need this.
Wow, I feel weird.
You're the one convincing crabs.
That's true. Oh man, fuck! We should have waited for Ayla.
Just put on your best girly voice. I believe in you.
Hello. No. Okay, yeah, it's a little.
Wait.
oh my god,
I
want you to
think
talk
I
like
need
that.
to-
It's gonna be hello. Anyways, All right, so you guys make your way to the Leaping Lady, and you walk in. And as you walk in, it's a fairly kind of quiet night tonight. It's not super busy. There doesn't seem to be a band there tonight, like so no one's dancing and stuff like that. Everyone's just kind of sitting around drinking. But as soon as you walk in, you hear, "Gaiden!
Hey, just the guy I was looking for.
I was
I'll leave
waiting for you to
easy.
show up. Hey,
I'm just gonna walk away.
hey, Caden, come over here."
I'm coming.
Yeah, so Caden, I was telling Mary over here about how you were always picking up the young ladies and things like that.
You too.
And what was that?
No, nothing.
All right, yeah. Well, anyways, Mary, this is the guy I was talking to you about. He was the guy that freaking he gave crabs to that one lady, and I know that my name's Krabs, and so it sounds kind of weird, like maybe I'm making it up, but it was him for sure. I just wanted to let you know that it was him and not me. So whoever you heard that from,
Do we know this Mary person?
ignore that.
Do I know this Mary person?
I mean, you've probably seen her hair before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I got crabs from her, and then I gave you crabs.
I'm not that. What? I mean, no, Mary, we're not like that. I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm just kidding.
That didn't happen.
I mean,
and
being
she just
defensive,
walks away, and he's
oh,
like,
fuck.
crap,
I'm not helping much.
Caden.
No, I'm sorry. Come back.
I don't think I was getting anywhere anyway.
No, I mean, but it would have been nice to have her to help me with. Never mind.
With your crap.
Iris was at the bar just
Yeah.
trying to listen in and asking for drinks. She feels like she's gonna need a couple.
Hey, so Caden, what have you been up to? I've been looking for you all day.
Have you?
I mean, no. I was just trying to be nice, but now that I found you, I mean, what have you been up to?
Well, just trying to figure out what's going on in the sprawl, I guess, in general. Well, what about you?
Nothing, just been, doing crabs things,
Yeah.
because I'm crabs. That's what I do. I do crabs things. I've been out there. I've been robbing. I've been stealing.
I heard
I've
you're
been-
trying to sell stuff or buy stuff. I mean,
What are you talking about? I mean, I don't really buy things. I prefer to just take it. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's easier that way.
did your employer ask you to buy something recently?
He looks at you for a second, what are you talking about?
Well, you know how your employer wanted to buy a pendant, right, from the auction.
No, we weren't supposed to buy it. We were supposed to steal that watch.
You know what I mean.
In fact-
They wanted it, right?
Yeah, she's actually kind of not too happy about. Anyways, that's not important though. I mean, that's over. That was like 2 days ago. Like, I've moved on, and I would just like to point out something, Caden. Remember when we were supposed to do that, and I was like, "Hey, Caden, you're my friend. We're gonna go and we're gonna do this thing," and then the guard was like, "Hey, let's arrest this guy," and you were like, you didn't say
I
anything,
know,
and
I
then they
know.
arrested me.
I was
So
hoping-
thanks for bringing that up. It's
Look.
an open wound, if you will.
I was hoping to make it up to you. I was hoping you were still working with that employer. Maybe she can give me a second chance.
I might be. What do you have in mind?
I don't know. I don't know what your business is. I heard rumor that you were trying to buy a book,
He looks around.
and I assumed your employer still has you going around collecting stuff.
Hey, Caden, have you been spying on me? Are you following me? I mean, I'm pretty good at seeing what's going around, but it's kind of weird that you're asking me these questions. I haven't seen you in 2 days, and you already know what's going on with
Dude,
me.
I never know where you are. You always find me. I feel like you've put a tracker on me.
That's besides the point. We don't need to talk about that, Caden. Yeah, I need to. She wants me to get a. This is kind of weird, Caden. I'm a little weirded out right now. I don't understand. Why are you asking me this? You know something?
A little bit.
Okay, so enlighten me, Caden. You're telling me these things. You're acting like you know some stuff. Why don't you go ahead and enlighten me about what's going on?
Caden's like, he has a hard time lying, and so he's like steaming in the ears, like,
You look a little constipated, Caden. You doing
Yeah.
okay?
I
You
had
need
a lot to
I
drink.
mean, the outhouse is around the back. Can I do anything? Like punch you in the gut a little bit? You know, force it
Please
out?
don't do that.
All right. Just for you, Caden. I won't do it this time. And then he punches you in the gut.
Well, I was not prepared for that. Does he actually?
Not like hard enough to do any kind of damage.
Well,
Just
I'm-
like, you
I'm a
know, when you're
wizard.
fucking with your friend that's got a shit.
Roll Constitution
Isn't
check.
it 1d4 automatically?
I'm not doing any damage, you
Okay,
fucker.
okay.
You feel better? That
No.
help out a little bit?
Look. What can I do to help you not feel weird about it?
I mean, I don't really feel weird about nothing. I mean,
You just
what would I
told me
feel
you-
weird about?
You were just telling me you felt weird.
I know that, but I say that. I'm crabs. You know, I say things. I don't necessarily mean them. Listen, I want to know how you know that I was looking for a book, if I was looking for a book, because I'm not saying that I am.
Look, I'm nosy as fuck. My business happened to align with what you were dealing with. I don't want to tell you too much more because I could implicate you and get you put back in jail.
Yeah, that makes sense, and I know that you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm not
because
trying to
after the
double
last time
dip
you
you
put
in.
me in jail, you'd probably feel real bad
Yeah.
about doing it a second time.
I do. Yeah, I would.
All right, Caden, I'm just going to level with you. Yeah, I'm supposed to buy a book. I'm waiting for this librarian guy. He's supposed to send me a letter about where to meet somebody about buying a book, and then I'm supposed to take it back to him.
All right. And it's the same employer you had before?
Yeah,
How
of
the
course.
fuck
I mean,
does she know me? Does she say anything? Look, my
Maybe-
curiosity about this person is insanely piqued, and I can't explain why. I just want to know.
roll a perception check.
Perception.
Watch it be Sarah.
Oh, yep, that's me.
Jesus Christ.
Iris is just in the corner watching him.
I have a hard time
Well,
making eye contact when I talk.
Obviously. He's like, I mean, I don't know how she knows you, Caden. I mean, she doesn't talk to me like that. It's like we're not friends. She just pays me some money. I go do some jobs for her, you know?
All right. Do you know anything about her? How does she feel about Xander?
Hey, let's not talk about my employee, all right? Like, let's just change the subject.
No. If I want to work for you, or not for you, sorry. I want to work with you, maybe with your employer. But it's hard for me to work with my employer that knows me, but I have no idea who they are. It feels a little one-sided. It makes me
Iris?
makes me
Listen.
nervous and feel weird.
You're making me uncomfortable here, Caden. I don't know what to do.
What can I do to make you? You want a back massage? What the fuck?
I mean, of course, I always want a back massage. I mean, not from you necessarily, Caden, but
Look,
anyway. So
I've been
about
told I can
about
do a
other
pretty
things-
soft, girly voice. I can change
Yeah,
my face if you
I've
want.
heard.
What can I do?
I've
to
heard you have a
convince
soft, girly voice. I've heard that from around
You
the.
want some ASMR?
No, Caden.
my
That's kind of weird, man. Anyways, listen, Caden. Listen,
What's the
I don't want to
sentence?
talk about this. I feel uncomfortable.
50 gold.
Make another perception check.
Okay. Where's my perception? There it is. Hey, better.
So you can tell when you're asking him these questions, like he starts to answer, and then like he can't answer the question,
Oh.
and he's like, I'd like the 50 gold, Caden, but you know, I don't want to take money from you. I feel weird about that.
Okay, I understand. Did you want to come over for dinner tonight?
Is that hot maid of yours, Laura, over there? I want to come over there. I see her She likes me, I think, Caden.
She
She
is.
gave me the eye the last time I was there.
She is.
I mean, I know she pushed me out of the door and closed the door in my face. That wasn't too nice of her, but I think that was how she's flirting.
She is there. Yes.
Yeah, let's go to your place. Wait, before I go there, though, let me ask you a question. Can I sit on the furniture?
Do I look? How bad does he look?
He looks like he's not slept in a clean place for 2-3 days.
I can lay blankets
The
on the
jail
floor.
cell was the nicest place he's been since the jail cell.
Yes. There has probably been no bathing since he left the jail cell.
You know what? We'll put blankets over the furniture, and we'll burn them afterwards.
All right, that's cool. That's fine. I get it. I mean, I get it. All right, so we want to do that right now. You guys want to get a drink? We can get our drink on a little bit. That way, I'm like loosened up when I go talk to Lara, right?
Yeah. Get a drink.
Rebecca,
There it is.
drinks all around. No, not for you assholes. I'm talking about my friends. Fuck you guys. And so Rebecca brings some ales over, and he grabs it and he just downs an entire mug, and then
Okay.
he looks at you and he says, "So, what have you been doing since you broke me out of jail?"
Well,
Iris will wander over now
a bit of light
since the
reading,
drinks were cold.
hanging out with Iris and Ayla. You know, the usual. Walking
Yeah,
around
that's-
town.
Yeah, it's nice to have friends, right? I bet. Let me ask you. I got a question for you, Caden. Hey, so if Iris was getting arrested, do you think you'd just let her get arrested? What do you think, Iris? You think he'd let you get arrested?
I don't think I'd put myself in that scenario.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, yeah, that's.
That was such a good, perfect
You
answer.
got me there, Iris. You got me there. That was a good one. You're clever. You're a clever girl.
Shakes
no.
another long drag of her drink.
She's also kind of capable of getting out of sticky situations.
Well, listen, Caden. I mean, I've managed to not get arrested until I started hanging out with you, and then suddenly, well, that's not true. I got arrested that one time.
You know, now that he brings it up, you get me into far more trouble than I think I used to get into.
Who, me?
See, I told you. See, she's telling you. You get into trouble all
Hey,
the time.
I said
it's your
one
fault,
shot
Caden.
a night. That's way too much.
Iris has my back. She's got my back.
Fine. She'll push a drink over.
And then Kaden
And he
drinks
puts Krabs puts his arm around you, Iris. He's like, "See, we're on the same page."
it.
He's a thief. He just wanted my drink.
I mean, yeah.
All right, you got me there. Anyways, let me drink 3-4 more of these, and then let's get out of here.
No, I think maybe one more and we'll head over. Or wait, we gotta talk to somebody.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
who you got to talk to, Caden? Maybe I can help you out. I got a lot of charisma.
No, you can go over there. I need to talk to her alone.
Oh, well, I see. Yeah, and he winks at you, and he's
Yep.
like, "Yeah, you move on past Sarah. Now you're off. No, I got you. I
Yeah.
got you, Caden.
He just can't help
100%.
himself.
Nope.
You sure you don't need a wingman? I could be your wingman."
Nope, I'm a solo kind of guy, man.
All right. Make sure you don't get any crabs. He walks away.
Too late. And then I'll nod to Iris.
Okay. Shall we talk to the innkeeper I presume you meant, or did you just want some time?
Yeah, the innkeeper.
And we're going to get up and head over to the innkeeper.
She
And then
looks at
Ayla
you.
walks in the door because she finished reading. Just kidding.
She looks at the two of you, and she's like, "How can I help you guys? It's good to see you again, Caden.
It's good to see you.
What do you need?"
Question. We relatively trust her significantly, right?
Yes, absolutely. She's a pillar of the community.
Okay. There's a couple of things. The first one is I figured we'd pass on that Sarah's safe. Oh wait, question. I don't know if she would actually say that since she doesn't know that she's worried about her in the first place. So disregard that.
Yeah.
Never mind. We wanted to check in, or Caden, perhaps you have a better way to say this. I haven't thought about it.
I mean, honestly, you're the one with the book, not me.
Fine. Ayla is looking for some information on some old fairy tales, more or less. Like, kind of like old fairy tales that are children book related.
Oh,
We heard you
okay.
kind of peruse things like that.
I must admit I am a bit of a collector of the fairy tale variety. Was there something specific she was looking for? I have quite a collection, and I know the best places in town to find what she's looking for.
Well,
I'm
shit.
always looking
Um,
for a, a book buddy.
a few things. Well, short version. Do you have anything from someone named Elroy or about Elroy Finkel?
She thinks and she says, that name does sound familiar. Um, I think I do. I'd have to look through my books, but was there something specific she was looking for, like in relation
Something
to?
about making a portal or another? Like Elroy goes on an adventure to make a portal somewhere or something?
Yes. I think I have heard of something about that. As a matter of fact, I may know of a bookstore that might have a little bit more information about that. I'm more of into reading the books, uh, not necessarily like researching them. However, I do know of a bookstore that's pretty close by that we might have some more information. When is Ayla available? Maybe we could go together.
Possibly
That's a good question. Maybe
either
tomorrow.
early tomorrow or late the next day, but well,
Well, how about
Oh yeah,
this?
she's gonna be
Why don't
reading.
you why don't you tell Ayla to come see me tomorrow or whenever she's available? I'll show her my collection, see if there's anything in it that she might be interested in, and if not, I'll take her shopping.
that sounds wonderful, and I think she'd love it. Okay.
Excellent.
Um, just to be on safe side, probably not tomorrow, but the day after. The day
Whenever
after tomorrow.
you know me, you know where I'll be, right here.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you for the drinks.
You're welcome.
And thank you for probably burning all the furniture that Krabs ever touches.
She looks at you and she says, "That's why I have wood furniture, Iris."
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Thank you. And Iris is gonna get up.
And Krabs walks up and he's like, "All right, can we go talk to Laura now?" And Rebecca says, "Leave Laura alone. She wants nothing to do with you. I've told you this, Krabs." Yeah, you're just saying that, Rebecca. You know, all the ladies want me. I'm Krabs. And she looks at him and says, "Nobody wants Krabs, Krabs." All right, so you guys gonna head back to the house?
Yep, on our way. Strolling
So-
I
down
was
town.
muted. I leaned over to Iris and I said, "Laura's gonna be so mad at me."
Hopefully there's some of that whiskey left for forgiveness.
Actually, yes. Can I get a bottle of whiskey?
Laura
It's
looks
for
at
Lara.
you and she goes, "Oh," and she hands you a bottle and says, "On the house."
All right, perfect.
All right.
So kind.
I need to pee again. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But while I'm gone, you guys walk over to the house.
Okay, we'll start
By
walking.
the way, Ayla,
Huh.
do you want to have come home for this? Like it's evening time. You've probably
Sure.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll be meeting them there when they get there.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Do you have a cat with you, hun?
No, I'm
Is
playing.
that why you're purring?
No, I let Vale lay on my lap.
Hmm.
So I was playing with her. I was trying to get her to play, but she's sleepy.
Ah.
She's spoiled right now. That's why I was saying she needs a bath. So now I feel like I need a bath by petting her and touching her. Are you laying on me?
Well, we can put up those
You
things
princess?
tomorrow.
I know. I 100% want to do that. I'm excited. Oh, no, that'll be fine. Ribbit. That's what they say. I love you.
Me?
Yeah.
Or the dog?
Me?
No, it was you.
Oh.
And Michael. I love you, Michael.
Thank you.
You're so sweet.
I love you guys.
Wish my baby
Upload that video.
I'm sorry.
That's what Michael is like. That's
He's
how
like,
you show me you love
What is
me.
it? I forget. Acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I am back.
Shady's
All right.
back.
So
Again.
as you guys are walking over there, roll
Roll me up.
perception checks, Iris and Kate.
With advantage. Okay.
I think
11.
Iris Crackles is hanging out with Isla for the record. Perception. 19.
Nice.
So was yours the 11?
Yeah, mine was the 11.
As you guys are walking back towards the house, you get to like the front of your house, and you see as two individuals in like they seem to be wearing plain clothes, but you can tell that they have like chainmail and armor underneath their clothes, and they are wearing like a cloak over it, but you can see that both of them have swords kind of at their hips,
Is that
and
Michael
one
singing
of
it or
them
me?
is this is Iris.
Oh, okay.
And one of them is like sitting on a barrel, kind of against the wall, kind of facing the front of your house, and another one is kind of leaning against the wall, kind of watching your house as well.
Question. Do they look... I don't want to use the word out of place, but do they look like they would be from the sprawl, or do they look a bit more like just at their faces more rather than what they're wearing?
Mm-hmm.
But do they look more like they're actually well-kept human beings?
Yeah.
She's trying to decide if they're noble or not.
So I wouldn't call them noble, but I wouldn't call them lower class either.
Okay.
They seem to be a fine breeding.
Ours is a tug on the back of Crabs and Caden's shirt and just throw a quick side look towards an alleyway and start walking that way.
Oh, all right.
Krabs is like, "Hey, don't pull on the threads. You're gonna rip my shirt. Wait, where are we going? Oh, we're going over there. All right."
At least there's that.
Once we're over there, Iris is going to say, "There's two guys scoping out the house. They look moderately kept up, and they're armed and wearing chainmail. I'm not sure if maybe they're the guards we asked Devin for, or maybe they're trying to kill us."
Where? What?
Iris is gonna grab him, make sure he doesn't like try and peek around the corner. Take my
Uh-oh.
word for it,
Okay, sorry about that, Iris. I'll take your
and
word
I'm
for
sorry
it.
about your threads.
Yeah, I know they're fine threads. I don't want you messing them up, man.
They're your best pair.
Yeah, this is how the Krabs' attire. Anyway, so where are these guys?
Yes. How would we like to go about this? We could just ignore them and walk
If you
in.
want, I can go slit their throats.
No.
That's an option.
Well, in case they're from Devon, we shouldn't do that.
Who's Devin?
Do you have?
An ally.
Oh, you have allies, Caden? You talk to people other than me?
Obviously.
To be fair, it's more of Ayla's ally than his.
That's true.
Ah. Oh, is that,
That
like
makes
her?
more sense.
Is that like her boyfriend? Is that
Yes.
like the guy that she's after?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a lucky man. She's a
He's a
fine lucky woman.
bastard. Anyways, do you have Valentine with you?
No, he's with Sarah.
This is probably. Oh, is this close enough to not matter?
What?
Are we close enough to the house that he could?
Oh yeah, you're literally like 30 feet from the house.
Oh yeah. I'm
You
within
have some
range.
mental ability, or can't you just like drop him out and then back in over here?
Oh, I don't know. I think he would just
I'm
have to
just trying to
fly
get that
out.
right. Yeah, even then, all I want is a better view. What do you think?
Yeah, I can do that.
Maybe we could sneak up behind them.
All right. Hold my hand.
Okay.
And then I'll tune into Valentine. God, I'm in. So I'm in her room. Is she in her room, or where is she?
Yeah, she's totally naked. I'm kidding.
I knew you were gonna do that. I was worried about that too. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. In fact, I think she's laying on the bed reading, and she's like totally petting Valentine like it's a puppy.
Oh gosh. Okay. Is the window open or shut?
Open for convenience sake.
Yes. Otherwise, I was gonna tap on it. Nevermore. And then I'll fly. I'll like scoot out of her arms. I'll like do a little bow and then fly out the window.
She's like,
And by the way,
"Aw."
I'm tiny, cute version of her until we go outside, and then I'll stay tiny because then I'm harder to see. Because otherwise, he's a big four-winged fucking
Yeah, it's a giant
Wow.
fucking bird flying out the window.
with a mask. Now he's just a
yeah.
cute little.
What are you having him do?
Just fly above, keeping a bird's eye view.
Okay.
Specifically where we saw those people.
Iris would have generalized the area for him to look.
I figured
Roll a
right
perc-
before we turned, right?
Roll a perception check for Valentine.
Oh, you know what? I think I have a character sheet. Or I did. Yeah, I
Should.
do. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And I think they get, advantage on perception checks too.
Mhm.
15.
So as Valentine kind of makes a circle around the house, you can see the two guards or two individuals are totally still sitting on a barrel, and the other one leaning against the thing, watching the front door of your house.
Okay, so they're likely either guarding. So we'll ask when we get inside. Should we just go?
To the house, or
Well, I guess I can't hear you, but I'll pretty much say.
like shake you around a little bit so you could drop out.
All right. Sorry. Looks like they're just watching the front door. Makes me feel like they're the guards, but I guess we'll just go in the house, and I'll keep Valentine out here to watch them, see if anything changes.
If there are guards, don't you think they're kind of poor guards if they're trying to blend in? Were they? I mean, he did roll like 11, so that's not like slouching, I guess.
Yeah.
And I rolled 19, so maybe they would blend in better than I'm giving them credit for.
Yes. So he rolled a 15, and you rolled a 19. Like the reason you were able to tell that they had armor on is because you rolled a high perception.
Okay. So they are doing their job decently, presuming they're doing what we think they're doing.
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to impart that to you, but I guess I did a poor job. But yeah, they seem to be incognito.
Okay. I might have just forgotten it. My memory shit. Anyways, okay, fair enough. Let's go in.
All right.
So, what's going on here? Do you want me to kill him, or what? What are we doing?
No, you
They're
leave him
here
alone.
to protect us, theoretically.
Okay.
We think.
So,
We'll ask Devin about it later.
so you guys go. Are you guys gonna walk to the house now?
Yep.
As you guys are
Roll
walking,
initiative.
Krabs, kind of elbows you, Iris. He's like, "Hey, where are they? Which ones?"
I was gonna point him into a completely different direction.
He looks over there and he's like, "Where? I don't see
You don't
anybody."
It's fine. Like, you don't see them, really.
No.
Shit. Well, maybe. Well,
You know,
there's a
Iris,
lot of, like, stare in
you
that
are a
direction.
very perceptive young lady. I am impressed that you're able to see them because I don't see nothing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Are you sure you
Maybe-
actually saw them? I mean,
Maybe there are just 2 mops back there.
oh, okay.
Uh,
And
well,
you guys walk in the door, and
waste of
he's
time, I guess.
you walk in, and Lara looks up, and she's like, "Oh, welcome." Hi, Krabs.
Sorry. It's Aiden's fault. He did it, not me. Katie brought you a present.
Look, I needed to do something to him, and I needed not to be out.
Cyrus is gonna close the door behind him.
All right. Lay down blankets on the furniture for him to sit down, so he doesn't have to sit on the floor like usual.
All right, Caden. Thank you for inviting guests. And she goes and she puts a blanket on the chair. It's like, "Sit down, Krabs." "Oh, hey, Laura. Just wanted to say hi. You're looking beautiful tonight." "Shut up, Krabs." She walks up the stairs.
Do you got like peanut butter?
I'll talk to you later. I'll be waiting for you to come back down. I'm looking. I don't think. Okay, she's gone. So, what are we doing? We getting drunk?
Hold on. Do we have like the equivalent of peanut butter or something that makes it hard for him to talk?
I guess yes.
Okay.
Yes, you could have some peanut butter.
So I'll pull out like a bowl of it or whatever we'll have. And I'll be like, all right, I need you to eat this. It's a crucial ingredient to the spell I'm about to cast.
Oh, okay. So I eat it.
Yes, put it in your mouth.
All
Alright, that'll help my concentration.
right.
And I'm gonna go behind him. I'll sit him down first. I'm like, alright, take a seat.
All right.
I'm gonna put my, I guess, hand on his head. I'm like, don't move. Try to talk as little as possible. I just need a minute. And then
He gets like super stiff.
I'll start like, I'll put my hand on his head. It'll get a little warm to him as my hand like starts to glow, and then I'll start like doing like arcane symbols with my left hand. I'm gonna use the ritual to cast Identify to figure out what spell is fucking with him.
Okay.
I can choose a creature. Throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay. So there is like a very subtle like compulsion spell on him.
Alright. That's about what I expected. Iris, do you have Dispel?
I do not.
Oh, shit.
I only have Fireball.
Alright. Well.
Oh,
Do you know
at
anything
least we
about that
know
spell? Like,
something.
maybe
Well, I know if we hit...
Are you done, Caden?
I don't think it's something that they have to constantly focus on. So either it has a time limit, or... how often do you see your employer? See if he's compelled against saying that.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you're so obsessed with her. I mean, I see her whenever she needs something done. You know,
Is it regular?
I go over
once
there.
A day, a few
I
times
get
a week?
I mean, you know, whenever she needs something. I sometimes I just you know do stuff for her.
This could be part of the compulsion, or he's just
exactly what I was
usual
thinking.
crabs.
You say that out loud.
Yes.
And he's like, compulsion. What are What are you talking about? I mean, sometimes somebody wants something done, they get a hold of you, you go do it. I mean, how do you get a job, huh?
Is Krabs pretty tough in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a moron, but he's actually good at his job.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Ayla here?
Yes.
Okay. And I not walk through the door.
Yes. As you're doing this, you walk in and you see Krabs sitting there all stiff with peanut butter kind of all over his face.
All right, Kayla. Yeah.
I'm like, I look around and I'm like, what have I just walked in on?
Hey, you might enjoy this part. I think you're the strongest of us, right?
Me?
Physically, like, yeah, I cast fireball, but you can punch.
I have a 14.
More than me. I'm at -1.
More than me. I'm at -1.
Alright.
All right. Krabs.
Optimize.
I just need to see if this works. Hold still. Punch him.
Okay.
Um,
You're gonna
What?
Punch him in the face.
what?
uh,
But hold on a second here.
Right,
I don't know.
I'm already gonna do it.
She's been waiting for this moment.
And with advantage, because he's restrained.
It's advantage because he's being...
Oh yeah, he's sitting there. You crit him in the face. You fucking smash fucking Krabs in the face. Roll a d4.
Okay,
So,
barely any
you do
damage.
5 points of damage. You smash him in the face. You're like, oh, what the fuck? What was that for?
All right, don't worry. We'll heal you up. All right. Are you... Now, tell me about your employer. Anything
What
you can.
the?
At least
Caden,
just try. Just try. I'll give you 50
Li-
gold if you can.
Listen, Caden.
I'll give you a kiss.
He looks up.
Constitution
looks
saving
like
throw
this-
right now.
I'm gonna actually.
Oh my fucking god!
She's I mean, she's
And a feel of my breath.
Oh my god. Okay, Chainsaw Man.
she's
Chainsaw
lady.
Man.
her name is Gail. She I don't know if you can see he's starting to sweat and he's stumbling around with his words. You can tell he's trying real fucking hard to fucking answer this question. I see her. She.
We need to hit him again.
No.
And he said, and you see a little bit of actual blood,
Wait,
kind of
hold on. I have Dispel Magic.
Oh my god.
We're just going to say that Ayla didn't know
To be
what
fair.
But now she caught on.
And you see, he's all sweating and trying really hard to say this, and you say, I have to spell magic, and he's like,
Dispel, Kayla.
I cast a spell.
Okay. So, as soon as you cast the spell magic, he goes, she lived in a mill down by the docks, or the canals. It's this big, mill. It's abandoned. She's this blonde lady. I could take you to her house right now.
No, fuck. Do you want to go? I want to go.
How about that kiss, Ayla?
And
You
I
didn't break
will,
the
I
spell.
will, because he's sitting down, right?
Obliviate!
I'll come over to him and I'll pat him on the head and take a hanky out and clear a teeny little dot on his forehead, and I'll kiss his forehead.
He's like you see him all beaming, and he's like, me and you, Ayla, me and you. You want to go out next week? I mean, we could go go dancing. We could. I could buy you dinner or something. What do you want to do? I mean, Ayla. I mean, we're connected now.
I'm just going to like do a sigh and then go to the little wherever we keep our food and take out a snack and plop down on my chair.
So are we going to the mill?
Yes.
We have options.
Shit. Crap.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you
All
have
right.
the money she gave you for the deal?
He looks at you and he goes, maybe?
We could still continue the deal.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I happen to be the librarian that you're supposed to talk to.
Oh,
And Iris
Oh,
is
shit.
gonna pull out the fake book.
well, there we have it. Let's go right now.
Money?
Let's go. Ayla, come on. Let's go. I mean, I like long walks in the sprawl, under the fungi. So, yeah.
So crabs. I just
Ayla.
want to say that it was definitely a very unique experience.
I
that-
mean,
that
I'm a
we
unique
shared.
kind of guy.
But I'm spoken for.
Oh yeah, they told me about that Devin guy. But I mean, there you could have Devin, like Devin, or you could have crabs. Like,
No.
You sleep on it for a long while.
and he goes, "All right, I guess."
Are we going tonight?
I guess Ayla doesn't want crabs. Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, stop using me as a freaking tree.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah.
Don't
Maybe
you
we should
worry,
get you some
Ayla. I'll
armor.
climb you any day.
Funny thing is, there's a bunch of cats in the fucking house in the game.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
So Krabs is like, this is weird. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, let's go talk to Gale.
Alright. Do I know a Gale? Maybe it's an alias.
I don't know. Do you know a Gale?
History check? 'Cause I searched my notes, Control F, and I didn't see a Gale.
You can roll a history check, but you better crit.
12.
Gale. It's this person your friend Krabs told you about.
Fair enough.
Excellent.
Who the fuck is Gale?
He says, so we're gonna go right now. She may be kind of pissed. I'm not really supposed to bring anyone to her spot. She kind of told me, don't bring anyone to my spot. And I was
Well,
like, don't worry, I won't bring nobody to your spot. And then she was like, no, really. And then she came over to me and she put her hand on my shoulder and she was like, don't tell anyone about my spot.
Look,
And then,
Well, you don't have to go with us. She will never know it was you.
I'm
I
sure.
just wandered in.
Look, I'll do my best to help protect you. I won't let what happened last time happen again, okay?
yeah, because I trust you now, Caden. Let me tell you. I mean, I don't think I'll get arrested. She'll probably just like shoot some lightning at me. She
Just
might
turn into a
fucking.
frog.
So she's a
She might.
mage.
I mean, yeah, she's a mage. She's a fucking like super powerful mage. Like she's real scary. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, she intimidates me every time I go over there. She's got a real presence about her. Let me tell you, she's got a sharp tongue. She's real mean. I'm not gonna lie. She's not very nice.
I have hold on. I have Mage Slayer, so
Nice.
I mean, I would prefer us not to kill my employer, but I mean,
It's not in the plans.
if you do, I
We
mean,
really just want to talk. Literally, no deviation from talking.
yeah, I mean, talking to her is kind of painful. She says mean things. She calls you names. She told
why are
me.
you involved with her?
I don't know.
Crab?
I don't really actually like her very much. I kind of try to get away from her, but I just keep getting sucked back in. I don't know why. Every time I leave, I'm like, I'm never going back there again. And then suddenly I'm like, I should go see Gail. And then I go see her. I don't understand it. mean, she is pretty. So maybe that's it. I like the ladies.
Nope, I
Anyways,
just remember
we're
that
talking a
song.
lot. Do we want to go, or what are we doing?
I vote yes.
Yes.
Yeah, compelled.
Magically. Before we go, is it just her alone usually?
Yeah, she just stays in this abandoned mill. She turned it into like a laboratory. There's like she's got all kinds of like research going on. She's got like a ton of books. She's got like a big library. She won't let me go in there, but one time when she was out getting something, I peeked in there. It's got a lot of books in there, and she's got like, what are they called? Like alembics. I don't know if that's what they're called, but it's some kind of like glass thing with the like the bubbling and the stuff like that. She talks about fucking trying to find that watch. She told me that she needed to find that watch because it's some super powerful artifact. That's why she wanted to buy it. And she told me to not ever let you come. And like what was weird, and it's kind of weird to me now that I don't know what you guys did, but it was like something in my brain. It just like opened up, and I know there's not a whole lot in there, but like it was like part of my brain was like closed off, and now it's like open, and I can totally go there. Like earlier when you were trying to ask me about her, I was like, I can't tell you about her. I was trying, and I just couldn't do it. So I don't know what you guys did, but thank you for that. And also, she's probably gonna be real pissed, but I'll let you guys deal with that because I'm probably just gonna like show you where it is, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of there
All right.
and
Sounds fair.
hopefully not die.
All right.
On our way we go.
All right, away we go. Bye, Laura. I miss you.
Is that adventure song from the Brother Bear? We're on our way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Places and something to see.
Mhm.
So you guys head out. It's kind of like there's like a day-night cycle, even though it's underground. But the way that you know it's like nighttime is like instead of being like bright, like oranges and blue fungi, it's all purples and like dark blues and stuff like that. And you guys are walking through the sprawl, heading towards the canals district. As you guys are going,
We die.
roll a perception check. I'm guessing you guys are trying to make sure that no one's following you and shit. Right?
Of course.
And then
Careful not to
I have. Is this right outside the door?
No, this is once you guys are in the sprawl.
Okay. Core perception. And those people, they never moved, right? From the.
Correct.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, as you guys kind of walk out, one of them kind of makes eye contact with you and kind of gives you a nod.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
So, as you guys are walking through the sprawl, you guys are making your way kind of through like all of these tunnels and everything, and it's very densely packed. And about 20 minutes into your guys' journey, Iris, you notice as one of like you pass like this alleyway, and as you guys pass, you see as like this little 8-year-old boy kind of looks out and sees you and is trying to stealthily follow you.
Iris is gonna whisper to. She's gonna skid over towards Kate. Actually, she's gonna skid over towards Ada. We have a little tag along. I'm just an urchin, you know.
What should we do?
We could always talk in his head,
That's excellent.
creep him out.
Would you like to do the honors?
I don't know what I would say. All
I
right.
see you, boy.
Oh, Ayla should do it. Do you have a message?
Right? That would be terrifying for a small child.
Iris will point her finger back and
Oh.
whisper via message, "I see you, boy.
Hey.
Come closer. I'm hungry."
And you see as the kid stops and like looks around, like who the fuck said that? And then he looks at you, and his eyes get all
Iris
wide.
is gonna make eye contacts with him.
Yeah, and his eyes get all wide, and he darts off running.
I wonder who this
Uh,
text is.
line. Thank you, Ayla.
So you guys continue on your way, and you guys are heading down this kind of like side street. And Crab's like, "Yeah, you just gotta come down this way." And as you guys turn a corner, a man with a leather jerkin on. He's got kind of like pants that look like they've been kind of like ripped off just below the knees. He's got a large cudgel on his hip, and he steps out in front of you and he says, "I don't recognize you lot. What are you guys up to?"
Business, and ours
It's just the
fit like
youngest
3
of us.
gold. And his what would be an appropriate fucking bid or fucking
Bribe.
what 5 gold maybe bribe.
Huh. Okay, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
22.
Nice.
Huh. He kind of smiles and he says, "Oh, I think I do recognize you." And he takes the gold and he goes back to leaning against the wall.
Alright.
On we go.
All right, so you guys are heading through the sprawl. There's all of these shanties and the like there's houses that are like made out of like just like pieces of wood kind of like propped up against the side of the cavern with like a sheet in front of it. Like this is you're walking through some like really like poor area. And you come to this cavern, and Crab says, "All right, guys, let me handle this real quick. I know these guys. I gotta come through here every now and then, but they're probably gonna ask you some questions. Just say that we have an employer down here that we're working on a job, and they should let us through." And then he turns around and he says, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? It's me, Krabs. How you doing?" And he's like, "What do you want, Krabs?" He's like, "I'm gonna go see my person. You know, I come down here every now and then. We've talked to each other. You know how it is. You know, sometimes we just gotta, do what we gotta do to earn that money, right? So you're gonna let me on through, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I recognize you, Krabs, but who are these people?" He's like, "Yeah, these are my friends. Like, I got a job, needs a couple extra people, I wanted to talk to my employer, make sure that everything is all copacetic. I wanted them to be with us. We got to make some plans. We're going to go rob some people. You know how it is." He's like, "All right, what's their names?" He's like, tell them your names, guys."
Oh, I'm Kea.
"Yeah, they're my friend Kea." He leans over. He's like, "Kea, what the fuck?" Okay, anyways, and this lovely young lady over here, wearing black all the time. She always wears black. I don't know what it is. I mean, but she'll fit right in here, right? Because, anyways, this is what's your name again?
You can call me Nora.
Yeah, that's Nora. She kissed me on my forehead earlier. It was a good day. Anyways, and
Ours like face at that.
the short one over here,
It's Carla.
Carla. That's Carla.
That's my
So
daughter.
can we get through? I need all of you to roll persuasion
I
checks.
named her after me. Oh,
Or
persuasion or deception?
Or
a
deception.
deception.
Either one.
That's what I guess they're
14.
both. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, there's my deception.
That's just as good. Okay. He's like, "All right, but don't cause any trouble in there." And he's like, "Yeah, you know me, I'm Krabs. I don't ever cause no trouble, He's like, "You cause a lot of trouble, Krabs." Like, that was just 4 or 5 times. Don't even worry about that. Anyways, I'll see you on the way back. I'll give you some. As a matter of fact, here's a couple gold just for your time. I appreciate you being a stand-up citizen. And don't tell Xander I don't want to die. All right. And he waves you guys through. And you guys make your way through, and this cavern opens, or this tunnel opens into this massive cavern. And as you kind of look across this cavern, you see, like, built into the wall at the back of the cavern is, like, all of these massive mansions, built kind of into the back wall of the cavern. There's like 14 or 15 of these like real big mansions, and there's these walkways that kind of like wind down to the surface. And then as you kind of look over the surface area, there's like kind of nicer houses, and you see this area where there's all these canals with water running through them, and you see these like super like high-tech looking they're kind of like water wheels, but they appear to be pumping water into the like through the rocks. And Krabs points over to this kind of like mill that's set back in the corner, that looks like all run down and dilapidated, and like it appears like it's about to fall down. And he says, "Yeah, that's the place there. So do you want me to introduce you, or
No, you've come far enough. I think that's fine.
all right. So I'm gonna go. And he walks over to you, Ayla, and he leans in to kiss you on the cheek. Do you do anything?
I'm going to smile at him, like kind of nicely but sarcastically a little bit, and put my finger on his lips.
He's like, "Oh, yep, that's about what I expected. All right, you guys have fun. Don't die." And he walks away. So what are you guys gonna do?
So we just walked into like a hidden mansion area, essentially, right?
This is the dregs. This is where Xander's mansion is, where all of his like enforcers live, all that kind of stuff.
And this is also where Gale is?
According to Krabs.
What if Gale
Feel like
works
we
for...
are out of water.
Alright.
Fish out of water?
Yeah, a little bit, but my curiosity...
Just peaked.
Should we go, or...
We've gone this far.
Yeah,
You have Dimension Door already?
I do.
Okay. Since it's a spellcaster, if things go south, let me cast a spell, then you use counter, or you get us out of here.
Yeah. Sounds like I can take one of us, though.
Any of us have stealth? Spells?
Me.
Okay. We'll just run, and worst case scenario, whoever doesn't escape, you come back for. Or if it's you that can't escape, well, that's convenient.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the plan then. I'll try to delay for you guys to keep going.
Okay.
I'm pretty hard to hit when I need to be.
I'll be able to escape. Don't you remember? I have like Dimension Door
No.
and
Dimension Door to you?
Honestly,
so,
dispel magic, apparently.
Okay. I guess one of you two grab me, and we all just Dimension Door out.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a plan.
What's this mention we're looking at right now? Does it look like straight through the front door? No one's guarding it?
Sorry. It just looks like a rundown, abandoned mill.
Okay. It's just next to all the mansions.
Correct.
All right.
Honestly, like in this area, it's not the only abandoned mill. There's like this big abandoned mill, and then there's like rubble of what used to be like a house or something. There's like this area looks like it's just been completely like abandoned and run down.
Okay.
And like I don't know if I've accurately expressed the size of this fucking cavern. So imagine like, you know, when you're like, so this cavern is probably like 7, 8, like, I'm trying to.
Is this like a landscape or like a tunnel?
Yes, it's a massive cavern.
Okay.
So like the mansions you see are like in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's not like
We're walking
this
as a.
mill,
Okay.
like somebody could see you from the mansions. Like they can, but you'd look like almost like ants to the
Okay.
person in the.
That makes me feel a lot better about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right in through the front door, or do you want to go in through different angles?
I think direct this time.
Okay.
Say who we're here for, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Let's do
So
Flying by the seat of our pants. Sometimes.
describe to me what you do.
She'll walk up to the door. Try to open
Okay.
it.
Okay. You open the door, Caden.
Yep. And
All right.
cast
Roll-
thaumaturgy. Make the lights get dim. Make it an
Roll
entrance.
a dexterity save.
Oh, booty. Okay. Immediately dies. Let's dexterity save. 13.
All right. As you grip the door handle, your body convulses as electricity shoots
Ooh.
through your body, and you almost like shake there for a second before a little bit of smoke rises off of your hand, and you fall to the ground, and you take 23 lightning damage.
Sheesh.
In retrospect, that should have been obvious.
Yeah.
Hang on. Iris is gonna cast Dissect Magic.
This place, so the mill itself doesn't glow, but a large area around the mill glows in the shape of like a perfectly put together mill.
So it looks like this mill is this shown as fake despite actually being put together.
Correct.
Well, isn't that interesting? Can I see more or less like various shit? This is a lot to work with. I'll describe that to them. I suppose there's probably more than one entrance. Iris will look towards like the roof of the mill.
hmm
Does it look like there's entrances up there?
I mean, like you can't see entrances; it's just a shape.
Okay.
Yeah. Clearly, there's an illusion over this entire mill.
How many dispel magics do you have, Ada?
Let's see.
Can we?
We probably actually shouldn't dispel this.
Should we knock?
That'd be rude.
So, like,
I mean,
Do you
I
get to-
technically have 3 spell slots for third level.
how can you tell the power of a spell when you
I
detect
doubt it.
magic?
I think I just see that it's magic.
Yeah. Okay.
School of Magic.
Illusion.
Okay. Knocking sounds as great of an idea as any. Is the entire door besides the illusion spell magic? Or is it probably be hard to sell since everything's just magic, since it's illusion?
Yeah, it's just all magic.
You could try knocking. Maybe throw some rocks at it
You
instead.
got Mage Hand, Ayla?
Woulda?
Yes.
Yeah, you open the door next time. Yeah, try knocking with your hand. The
My mage hand.
Yeah.
All right. I
So
shall
you-
try knocking with my mage hand.
So you knock on the door. How do you knock?
Like I'm pretending I am crabs and going, hey, you know.
No, like do you knock with a pattern or just like bang bang?
My pattern is erratic and, you know, trying to imitate crabs.
Just
I
Okay.
like
don't
for
know.
some reason, it makes complete sense to me.
So, I totally get what you're saying.
You know what the pattern is gonna be like. Hey, it's me, crabs. Pong, pong, pong,
And
pong.
you hear a female voice, and Caden, roll a perception check.
These go well. Badoof. 12.
So I'm going to give you advantage.
Okay.
No, there's a reason why I'm giving you advantage. You hear a very familiar female voice be like, Krabs, how many times have I told you to use the code?
Who is it?
And the door opens,
Is it Laura?
and you see
Laura know where we were.
the last time you saw this face, it was just a head.
Oh.
But it now has a full body, and as she opens the door, she meets your eyes, and her mouth drops open, and she goes, Caden. it's
Well,
good to
wouldn't
see
she
you."
call him Orsic?
That's what I meant to say. Orsic,
Oh.
it's good to see you.
Abigail.
And
The credits.
that is where we will end the session.
Dun dun dun. Good thing I didn't read a book.
This did not go at all how I expected it whatsoever. I mean, I like the way you guys did it. It was better. Like, it made more sense to
was
what
fun.
you guys were going to do. But I had a whole fucking, like, meeting planned in a fucking bar. And fucking, I had fucking people were going to try to steal the book after you sold it to the person. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part
And this...
was dealing with crabs. And then
Crabs is the
fucking-
highlight.
she's
of-
like, "Oh, I have Dispel Magic."
a critical punch on his face.
I can't wait to clip that.
Like, honestly, to be fair,
No, you're
Ayla
right.
didn't know what was happening.
No, you walked in. I said, "Punch him," and you're like, "All right."
Yeah. I'm like, don't
Never
have
turn down that.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that Krabs is a gentleman and did not take you up on the offer to grope you.
Yeah.
Yep, I noticed that. I was honestly just going to, because it said I said my breast, right?
Uh-huh.
I was going to, because you know how I walked to the food?
Uh-huh.
I was going to offer him a chicken breast.
Yeah.
But we never got there.
I think that Krabs is at least chivalrous enough to not...
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Kaden
It's
did pick him
points.
as company.
Yes.
Somehow.
Mhm.
It goes a long way.
Oh, man. This Abigail reveal was supposed to be like 2 or 3 more sessions down the road. Yep.
I just wanted to know. I was like, it crossed my mind. I was like, possibly Abigail, but the other one was like, what if it was my mom? But I was like, didn't she die? I was like,
Yes.
but I was like, that would be a whole thing if my mom was alive and she was going against my dad. But I didn't think you'd go that direction. And I was like, did I forget
Yeah.
someone? Like, so yeah. She's going by Gail.
Abigail.
Oh God! Josh, I hate you. And I hate myself even more.
I am absolutely amazed.
I was like, she's
So,
been playing Baldur's Gate too much. No. Ugh.
What's funny is her name was originally Abby, but Michael was like, I think you'll guess that way too fast. And so he told me to use Gale. And
No,
apparently
that
he was
smart.
right.
That was
'cause
smart.
You did not guess it the
I
whole
did not
time.
pick that up at all.
So the thing is since I use like support magic so rarely, I don't think of, oh yeah, they could just dispel magic his compulsion.
But I mean, that makes it good too.
Yeah.
Because then we were able to like feel accomplished by. I was worried that you'd be like, "Oh, it doesn't work because it's a curse. You have to do remove curse." That was my fear, but I'm happy that you let it happen.
I mean, I
I'm pretty
wanted
sure
this.
it would.
I wanted this reveal to fucking happen, so I was totally. I wanted you to earn it, but I didn't want to like I wanted it to happen sooner than later,
Yeah.
and so there was no reason for me to not let you see.
And
So,
you
like-
threw quite a few checks in our way
That
too.
is true.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So
No, I think it was good. It was fun.
Yeah.
now I have to fucking.
I think it's good to have sessions like this too that are like, we're kind of just going with the flow, and it was like a lot of information happening, at the beginning, but then we took the reins at some point, and that's where it was like really good.
I will say sessions like this are hard to prep for.
Yes.
Because I really just want you guys to do whatever.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
kind of what happened. We have you gave us a lot of pieces to work with, and I think that's what's really good about the situation, because there's a lot going on, but it feels like it's all connected somehow, which feels nice.
Yes, and it is. I'm trying to make it all at least feel connected, so that's good that you actually feel like it is all connected. Yeah. I'm excited that Abigail is back.
And I think we have a solid setup for the next session, unlike the previous two sessions where I was like, oh, well, what happens, happens.
Yeah.
I totally know what's happening for next session. Yeah. So, what do you think about the fact that she has a body?
I have a lot of questions for her when we start next round.
Just let us sit down somewhere and be like, okay, first question.
Did you put her in because I was actively looking for her, or were you already planning on it and it's just a coincidence, like a serendipitous?
So way back in the day, you told me that you were looking for it.
Yeah, when we were starting, right? That never went away.
Even before that, when we first started the Ugda's Rest kind of portion of the campaign.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, you told me about that, and so I was looking for ways to bring her in, and then when we started this kind of part of it, I came up with a cool idea of how to get her involved, and so it was because you talked about her, but
yes, I like it. Cool.
So, I can't fucking wait to. Yeah. Abigail's been through a lot, so we'll see how her
wow, that's a
her personality is.
That's a far beginning character, so that's kind of crazy.
I know. This is like
ancient history has been undug.
Orsic or not Orsic? Arkmir.
Mm-hmm.
He was in this, right?
Yeah.
When Abigail was there.
Arkmir was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was on the boat. So he was there right from the beginning of Abigail.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting that she's not a floating head anymore.
A little sad, but I get it. Just kidding. I missed the head.
Now she get her ass you even better.
Oh, I know.
I
never got to have my conversation with you guys either. That'll have to happen eventually.
Oh,
I'm really interested in what that conversation is.
Me too.
I need to set you guys down. It's all right. You aren't in trouble.
Yeah.
I think.
No, you guys aren't in trouble.
Oh man.
We need to talk about Iris's drinking problem.
Yes, that too.
Abigail is not gonna like Sarah.
Cuts off her head. She's a headband.
Oh man, it's gonna be interesting because you know how Abigail is about Orsic.
Oh yeah, but that's a potentially really fucking strong ally. I'm just saying, we could really use that against
You
Xander.
can work it.
Oh, and she was there when I had my vision.
Yes.
So okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, you may have to remind me about a lot of that because I do vaguely remember that shit, but it was a long ass fucking time ago.
No, yeah, it was. I don't think I wrote it down either, so we can be a little more flexible with it. But I'll tell you what I remember.
Yeah. Fucking, how long ago was that? That was like 2 years ago.
Was it only 2 years ago? That was longer. It feels like it's been 5 years, but I think we started playing when the pandemic. Was it before the pandemic technically, or
we started playing before the pandemic?
Yeah.
It
has to be so long ago. Let me
It's
see.
like 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna.
So
it's better-
pushing 3.
pushing 3 years, yeah. God damn. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me do something.
In fact, it's probably almost exactly 3 years.
Oh wait, no, it's on a different hard.
Well, that would be for me. So you guys have been playing probably a year longer than that.
Yeah, we've been playing for I think about 4 years.
What's that there?
Can't fucking remember. Long enough
Finally,
fucking time.
Josh. The story you started so long ago has finally turned back around a corner to play on itself.
Right?
Congratulations.
I've managed to tie in shit that happened. See, this is what's cool about an ongoing campaign, though. Is I'm managing to tie in shit that happened fucking 4 years ago into the campaign.
The story is officially self-propagating. No one can stop it now.
And then I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna pick the crabs route or the other route.
As
So
soon as
I'll-
you gave us the option of crabs, I was like, oh, we could work around this.
So my original plan for crabs was if you guys chose to sell him the fucking book, then he was gonna get fucking ambushed by a bunch of kids that were gonna fucking steal the book from him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Just see him go down the street and get mobbed.
Mm-hmm. And then he was gonna come to you guys, these fucking kids, you know. And then if you sold the fucking, I kind of wanted this to happen, but just for the moral dilemma that it would have put in front of you guys, if you guys had sold the book to the kids, then Krabs was going to fucking grab one of the kids, and I don't think he has the same moral standings about harming children that you guys do. Because I thought what was going to happen is you guys sell the book and then you guys follow them, and you guys were going to see him like grab one of the kids and fucking threaten them to give him the book and shit. I thought that would be like a fun, like he's your friend, but he's also doing something in Caden's eyes is immoral.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that could have caused drama.
yeah, but drama is good for role
Oh
playing
yeah,
games.
no, I agree. Dun, dun,
But-
dun, dun, dead
But I love the
crabs.
way this all worked out. I thought it was super cool. By the way, Ayla, what do you think about the way that I'm building up your backstory?
I really enjoy it. It's really fun for me, and I appreciate that.
I'm liking it too. Like, yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Like, I love this. I love the way this campaign is going because there's so much shit going on, right? Like, there's so many like,
Layers.
Moving bits.
yeah,
All
that
of
you
the
guys
above.
can do whatever the fuck you want, and I can still advance something. And it's really fun. Like
It
I'm
feels like
enjoying
we got so much momentum going on this story. Even if we didn't do something, something's gonna happen at this point.
Yeah, I feel like even if I mean I like to prepare so that I think I role play better when I'm prepped because like I can think of my characters beforehand and kind of understand how I'm going to role play them. When I'm trying to ad lib, I don't role play as well because it's like making up the character in the moment and I don't necessarily exactly know where I want to go with them. So I like the prepping part, but the cool thing about this particular campaign that I have set up is that I have so much fucking shit like going on that even if you guys were like, yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do, I could just run a session with no prep and still have material, if you will.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we'd probably still have things to do.
Yes,
We
that's
still
what I
haven't
mean.
talked to those goddamn sisters.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, there's so much. Yeah.
And you have the whole thing with Felicity. I don't know if you guys care about that, but that's a thing that you guys can do.
It's something we
Uh,
should check in on.
Yeah, and you have the whole still Lady Dahlia situation with Ayla, and she said that she would help her out with something. And then the Devon whole situation,
hmm
that's always fun.
I'd say
And then you
since
guys
starting this, you've done a pretty good job. I'm really liking this part of our Agnes Rest journey.
I completely agree. I'm having a lot more fun than I was the last time.
I think we're doing really good on the roleplay too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like even the small moments.
Yeah, these are our characters that we've known for so long at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everyone role plays very well, and like it feels like we're actually telling a story, like that we're in the story. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but this campaign, the entire thing has. Man, I can't wait to get to A-list climax. It's gonna be so much fun.
That's what
That
Crab
sounded-
said.
That sounded, I was gonna say that sounded very dirty.
Ah.
Sorry, not crabs.
And it's so what,
Ayla,
you know, it's
I want to ship you with someone, and it's annoying. There's no one to ship you with. It's like Caden shipping you with Devin, but I know me. I'm like, yeah, Devin's Devin.
By the way, I keep meaning to ask you this. Do you want me to change Devin's name?
I mean, it's already Devin, so
Yeah.
just leave it.
If anything, he's making a new Devin for us. So
you
Next
go.
time you guys meet a new Devin, it'll be like, oh, you motherfucker. What did I do?
Yeah.